This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
It's Friday, pumpkin.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
TGIF.
It is Friday, right?
Have a great weekend, everybody.
It was a Friday I never forget.
Thank God it's Friday.
Who wants to put on a show?
Getting ready to kick some mad flavor in your ear?
I'm a big fan of the show.
It's showtime. From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas.
Does anyone copy my transmission?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Only on 95.5 KLAQ El Paso.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to a kind of chilly morning outside. You still rocking that Halloween sweater?
Yes.
It's probably nice and warm.
It's very warm.
I got a bearskin coat now. I keep forgetting about.
You do.
I don't know when I'll ever use that again.
Remember how hot it was on Halloween? You could use it now.
Good morning, everybody. We've got a lot planned for today's show. Super comedian and TV star Jimmy J.J. Walker is at the El Paso comic strip. He started Good Times as J.J., and he's going to be, we believe, coming in the studio today. But you can go out and see the man that in 1979 TV Guide named him the TV star of the decade of the 70s. Think about who that was over. Eddie Fonzie.
Oh, yeah.
Archie Bunker. Mork from Ork. All of them. Jimmy J.J. Walker was TV Guide's star of the decade in the 1970s. So, got that on the way. How about we get a look at El Paso weather, find out what the forecast has in store for us this weekend. This is the Golfer's Forecast, brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations online at painteddunes.com. So, we had more rain, I think, than we were expecting the past couple of days, but the forecast is very different for the weekend. All sunshine and no rain in the forecast. Winds are going to be light, under 10 miles an hour, and temperatures are going to be cool. Really, it's excellent golf weather. For today, sunny. 57 is going to be the high, Joanna.
Ooh,
57 for the high. Got down to 37 overnight last night. It's going to do the same tonight. Tomorrow, more sunshine, a little warmer, 66. We're going to see that warming trend nudge up a little more on Sunday when we're looking at full sunshine, 71 for the high on Sunday. You combine that with the light, almost imperceptible winds, and those are A-plus days for golf. Golfer's Forecast brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Get ready for some turkey fun for Thanksgiving. It's the Turkey Shoot Tournament on November 23rd. You can sign up your two-person team. Get details and information at painteddunes.com. It's a two-person team, 666 format. You could win a turkey. So you get golf, greens fees, carts, food and drink, prizes. You could win a turkey. Call the Pro Shop at Painted Dunes, 915-821-2122. That's 915-821-2122. Or visit painteddunes.com for more details. I'm just going to read a few of the headlines that are just jumping off the page at me today. But Joanna, before I do that, why don't you let me know what's coming up in the Hollywood Cheesemate in just about an hour.
Earlier this week, we got the first look at Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen.
Didn't really resonate with me.
I thought the same thing until it has now been circulating online. How weird it is. Jeremy Allen White, mainly known for those beautiful blue piercing eyes, swapped that in for some brown contacts And yeah, now he looks completely
Now,
unrecognizable.
they should have had Jeremy Allen White, and hear me out here,
Yes.
play Willy Wonka in that
Dude,
Timothée Chalamet movie.
Right?
And
I
just
thought the
have
same
him,
thing, too.
he would be a dead ringer for the late Gene Wilder.
Yes, I completely agree. Because as Bruce Springsteen, it looks like he just put on a pair of jeans. But now.
That's what I thought. It was like, oh, he's acting. He put on a pair of jeans.
And he's all, boom, Bruce Springsteen. But now that everyone
Wait a minute. Now he stuck a bandana in his back pocket.
But now everyone's pointing out the weird brown contacts, and I'll have more in entertainment
All right.
news.
Well, I've got a few other notes. I'm not going to go in depth on any of these. 3 people have been charged in the death of One Direction's Liam Payne.
Oh, yeah, I did hear.
This was in Argentina back in October. One of the defendants is described as a friend. The other two people are charged with supplying the drugs that I guess they're saying killed Liam Payne, and the other one was his friend who left him after it had happened. So he's being charged with abandonment of a person followed by death.
Oh, my God.
So 3 people, one of them Liam Payne's friend, have been charged. Lamar Odom went to the place where they make those creepy-ass real dolls, sex dolls. You ever seen those?
Like the
ones
super
on...
realistic ones?
Yeah.
I have seen that.
And you can get them custom made.
Yeah.
Apparently, he ordered a custom, and they run anywhere from, $8,000 to $20,000.
My God.
He had one custom ordered to look like his ex, Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's weird, right?
We
went to the Consumer Electronics Show, and at the same time, the Consumer Electronics Show, the Porn Awards are happening in Vegas. Mm-hmm. So we had press passes, so we went over to that. They were demonstrating these things, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool until you realize somebody's going to buy that and make passionate love to it with its dead eyes, just staring out.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know, it's really, really weird. So. And that movie Heretic with Hugh Grant playing kind of a creepy dude. It seems like it has a real religious context to it.
Totally want to see that.
Heretic, rated R, and that is out today. Let's see, Elevation, rated R. I haven't heard about this one, but Anthony Mackie and Marina Baccarin. Can you name both of the characters in the MCU that they play?
Marina Baccarin is Vanessa
from Deadpool.
Yeah. And then who did you say the other person?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie is, God, I always, Falcon?
Yep. You got it. He's Falcon. All right. Anthony Mackie and Morena Baccarin star in a post-apocalyptic monster movie where the planet's overrun by creatures that have killed most of humanity, but for some reason can't go higher than 8,000 feet above sea level. Have you even heard of this movie before?
But it sounds right up my alley.
There's a live Saturday Night Live. This is going to be the post-election Saturday Night Live with host Bill Burr and music guest M.K. McGee on Saturday night. Yellowstone returns on Sunday for the fall premiere to wrap up its 5th season, and Sunday on HBO is the first season finale of The Penguin, which... I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, has been excellent. Do you remember somebody floated a rumor that they should get Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to co-host the Oscars this year?
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds has addressed that. Ryan Reynolds says that he would love to do it. He'd love to do it with Hugh Jackman, probably in more ways than one, but probably...
Who wouldn't?
But probably not going to happen this year.
Aw.
Strike while the iron's hot, I always say. Okay, so that's kind of the stuff that I'm looking at. Registration continues. We've got today and the weekend to get signed up. We've got a trip to see Motley Crue April 4th in Vegas. This is part of their residency. We want to send you to see Motley Crue in Vegas. Prize includes airfare for 2, tickets to the Motley Crue show, hotel accommodations. You get the 35th anniversary Dr. Feelgood box set, and we even give you $500 spending cash that you can use. It's yours, or you can use it any way you want to. So it's code word contest. The code words are given out 4 times a day, and it's Monday through Friday. Approximately 10 a.m., we'll have our first code word right as soon as the morning show wraps up, 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8 p.m. during Loudwire nights. Win Motley Crue in Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation and Big Machine Label Group on 95.5 KLAQ. We'll do a short pause and come back today in sound clips and look at news on the way.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, November 8th.
It's International Punster Day, and you're ordered to make horrible jokes and puns and lighten the mood all day. Even pranks are fair game. Go nuts. Today is Cook Something Bold and Pungent Day. If Guy Fieri was a day. He's bold, maybe pungent. Today begins the week-long NYC Kidney Walk. Grab that kidney and go out for a stroll and raise money to help those affected by kidney disease. And that's your Daily Calendar.
Hi, it's Chuck, and tonight at 11 on Loudwire Night.
You do. Don't let it have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. So I just got confirmation. Jimmy J.J. Walker will be here in the studio with us this morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Nico, are you... There he is. Okay, Nico showed up.
Yeah.
I showed up. Jimmy's coming in at
8:30.
8:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Do you want to hear a couple of phone calls?
I'd love to.
Let me give out the numbers here real quick. We've got Today in Sound Clips standing by. If you want to call us directly in the studio, use our studio line number between the hours of 6 and 10, 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995 to call us direct. Be prepared to go live on the air. Or if you prefer, you can call the neck line and leave a message on the neck line.
Yeah.
That number is 844-805-NECK, 844-805-6325. Every time I do that, I want, please, one of you guys tell people about the app.
The KLAQ app chat.
The app chat on KLAQ.
Right. So just go to your KLAQ mobile app, wherever you get your apps for your phone, and you can talk to us.
Okay. Let's find out what's on the phones today.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Woo! This Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys play the Philadelphia Turkeys. They're going to heat them up like a Thanksgiving dinner. Woo! Yeah, come on, Buzz. Give me a woo.
Woo! When? Is it
Joanna,
when
give me
is
a
it?
woo.
Woo!
Nico.
Why?
Nico.
No.
Trump 2024.
Woo!
Yeah, right. This time, at the helm, it's Cooper. Na-na-na-na. Though his mind did not permit. Na-na-na-na.
Rush.
Joining God of government. Rush! Yeah! Woo! Come on, he's going to lead us, man. Let's go! And also this Sunday, the UTEP Miners. Come on, give us a second win, man. Let's go, UTEP Mineros!
Woo!
Woo!
All right.
All right,
There's-
Cowboys guy.
There's Cowboys
Nice.
guy really,
Happy he's
really
okay.
bringing the energy.
Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys.
Maybe this is an indication of how the season's gone. I guess they're no longer writing up liners for us to read to promote the game, so I just had to look it up myself. Usually there's like a listen to KLAQ, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't bother this week.
Dallas Cowboys.
With their season teetering on the edge of disaster, the Dallas Cowboys 3-5 will host division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles 6-2 at AT&T Stadium on Sunday. Whatever time the pregame starts, that's when our broadcast will start with the Dallas Cowboys pregame show. 95.5 KLAQ is El Paso's radio home for Dallas Cowboys football. There's another call.
Hey, good morning, guys. Just heard you're going to have Jimmy J.J. Walker in today. And I was wondering, Buzz, if you can get a little bit of backstory, only if you can. I don't, I would hate for this to be a combative interview, especially when here for comedy. But I'm really intrigued with his romantic relationship with Ann Coulter. Jimmy Gigi Walker and Ann Coulter have been an item for quite a long time. I don't know if they still are, but I always found that interesting and intriguing, and maybe you can just ask him a little bit about how things are going with him and Ann. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Have a good weekend.
Do you remember in the meeting yesterday, I said, hey, here's a random fact for you.
You did.
Jimmy Walker and Ann Coulter have been really good friends for a long time.
Yes.
I don't know about a romantic nature.
They have been, yes. They used to date. They
for sure?
Yeah, for sure. Completely
I don't
sure.
know. I mean,
no,
I could ask Jimmy about it, but he said he was kind of grouchy anyway.
He's very curmudgeonly.
Yeah, well, that's Jimmy.
Yeah, and he's very conservative.
Okay.
He also, I think, has a...
How did he not get on that stage with Trump? It seems like if Trump had a supporter like Jimmy J.J. Walker, he'd try to bring him up front and center.
I would not ask him any of these questions. Don't talk about any of this. Don't talk about any politics.
Hey,
don't talk about any Trump.
This isn't friendly. What's the deal with you and Ann Coulter there?
That's friendly. That's personal.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's personal.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to answer that. Okay. Yeah, every interview is different.
Well, I know that he doesn't want to talk politics. So don't bring any of that stuff up.
A lot of times people have said, I don't want to talk politics, and then they come on the show, and guess what they bring up?
Yeah, but
politics.
Don't feed into it. Just let the conversation go by the wayside. Because I want to work with him tomorrow. So Anthony Austin Brown is hosting this weekend, but I'm filling in for him tomorrow.
Oh, because he's got
a wedding.
Is he performing or...
At the wedding? No, this is just like attending the wedding. Yeah.
All right, you ready for sound clips?
Let's do it.
Now, today in sound clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities, and we're going to start with the topic that I know everybody is most excited about, and that is what will happen to Jerome Powell at the Federal Reserve. The story is the Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 1/4 point. Jerome Powell says that he won't step down. He was asked directly, will you step down if President Donald Trump asks you to? The president cannot fire the Fed Reserve chief.
And he said, no, I won't step down.
We're going to hear what he said. Here's Jay Powell.
Today, the FOMC decided to take another step in reducing the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by 1/4 percentage point. We continue to be confident that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the economy and the labor market can be maintained.
So Jerome Powell is the most boring man alive, and that's his super strength, is that you don't get much out of him. What presidents he prefers, what policies he prefers, he's kind of inscrutable.
Well, monetary policy is not a sexy issue to talk about.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Kind of inscrutable.
But he doesn't, he's very normal and matter of fact about all of that. And
nice.
I admire that is what I'm saying.
Well, so to get into the actual news that they're saying, they're cutting the federal interest rate by a percentage point.
Oh, yeah, I don't understand any of that. It just sounds like a smart man was saying it.
Well, that's actually probably it might increase inflation because that's all the pressure that it was causing prices to rise.
All right, here we go. Powell also provided statistics supporting a strong U.S. economy.
Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. GDP rose at an annual rate of 2.8% in the third quarter, about the same pace as in the second quarter. Growth of consumer spending has remained resilient, and investment in equipment and intangibles has strengthened.
See, it almost put me to sleep. It was only like 15 seconds long, and I was dozing off as he was saying it.
I don't know if anybody remembers the analogy about the economy. Like, if the economy is doing super good, it's like an engine overheating. So the better the more people are spending money, the more it's overheating. That's what inflation is. And so it's just...
Go ahead.
It's interesting to get into this stuff.
Buzz doesn't care about inflation.
So interesting.
It's what got somebody elected.
Yeah, I don't think it had. I think it had.
Oh,
there were many.
If there was not inflation, there like Joe Biden probably could have kept going.
Jerome Powell briefly noted the housing market as in a downward trend in his speech yesterday.
In contrast, activity in the housing sector has been weak. Overall, improving supply conditions have supported the strong performance of the U.S. economy over the past year.
All right. And here is Jay Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, asked by a reporter if he would resign if Trump asked him to resign.
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
That was pretty matter of fact.
That's really kind of, I mean, he might be picking a fight there, but you heard what the man said. The FBI and other agencies are investigating a rash of text messages sent to black men and women and students this week. Text messages sent to African Americans. The texts, which were sent anonymously, were reportedly received by people in several states, including Alabama, New York, California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, all over the place.
How did they know they were African American?
With some variations, the text told the recipient that they had been chosen to be picked up to work on a plantation. Some recipients were told that their job would be picking cotton.
Oh, my God.
Who did it? They're investigating. But here is Corinne Freeman, who told NBC News that the text message she got telling her she had been chosen to pick cotton on the nearest plantation really upset her.
It was this odd, ominous feeling text message basically saying, hello, you've been selected to be a slave on a plantation and you're scheduled to get picked up at 12 a.m. on November 13th.
The FBI, the Justice Department, and the Federal Communications Commission are investigating the text. And while they're not sure who sent them, there are speculations that they could be coming from a foreign intelligence community trying to take advantage of raw emotions after this week's presidential election.
Well, think about it, though. How difficult would that be to, first of all, find multiple people across the United States to randomly text, but also identify them as African American? How would that sounds very strange.
You got me. Yeah, no, I don't have an answer for that one. Here's Lamar Odom picking out his custom sex doll at the factory that makes those real dolls. These things run from anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000, and they're bendable and posable. And if you pay extra, you can make them look like your ex, which is exactly what Lamar Odom did. Lamar Odom visited a sex doll factory in Las Vegas. His manager confirmed that he ordered one that looks like his ex-wife, Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, my God.
They were married from 2000 to 2016.
Don't they have a kid together, Joanna?
Yeah, I think they have several kids together. That's weird to just proclaim proudly, oh yeah, it's definitely in the style of his ex-wife.
Yeah. Here's Lamar Odom.
I'm still banging her, kind of.
Talking to one of the company's reps.
One of the more popular ones.
Oh, wow.
It's the body app. Biggest. What more can you ask for?
She's bad. She's just shaped like a woman. I can see her thighs.
Ooh. Look at the foot. Look at the ankle.
And it's crazy because it looks like she got blood running through her veins right here. Am I bugging or am I going crazy? Look.
No,
hyper-realism.
it's the detail that's
you see it?
Imagine how much you'd love shopping for her, Lamar.
Yeah, no.
Bras and panties.
This will make me probably get into women's fashion, too.
Oh, it sure would.
Well, how weird is that?
Well, I got to dress my sex doll up, of course.
He could have customized it. He could have taken the best features from each of the Kardashian daughters and made a super megazoid Kardashian.
No, that's the end of the world. When those three powers combined.
Kim's ass.
He doesn't want Kim's ass. He wants Khloe's ass.
Also, who was that girl with him?
Who's
the
that?
girl encouraging this behavior?
They made no attempt to hide it. He published pictures and videos from his visit on Instagram. He might have gotten his for free or at a steep discount because he promoted his visit, and I guess he's kind of connected to the Kardashian world in some ways, so it's kind of still famous.
8,000?
Mm-hmm. What?
8 to 20,000, Joanna.
Yeah, 8,000 is your
Bottom
basic,
end.
run-of-the-mill sex doll. Australia plans a social media ban for children under 16. We're hearing about this coming out from a few different countries. Australia's a new one, though. Australia is looking into banning social media for children under 16.
It probably wouldn't be the worst idea.
But social media sites say they would have to take reasonable steps because a lot of kids these days do Google searches for mental health, which, I don't know if that's a great idea, but here's the Prime Minister of Australia talking about the new ban, and then we're going to hear from some Australian teens reacting to it.
This one's for the mums and dads. Social media is doing harm to our kids, and I'm calling time on it. The onus will be on social media platforms to demonstrate they are taking reasonable steps to prevent access. The onus won't be on parents or young people.
I don't know if it should be banned, but I think there should be more restrictions.
But I don't think all social media is bad. I just think it should be very heavily limited.
It's just really easy to bully people on social media.
I feel like somebody should be playing a didgeridoo when the Prime Minister of Australia talks.
Wait, go. What's in the new in theaters thing?
Yeah, hey.
Oh, sorry.
Concentrate, Peanut the Squirrel.
Well, because you just got a neckline call about that.
About what?
About that movie.
Which one?
The first one.
Heretic?
Yeah.
Heretic? Did somebody go see it?
I guess so. I guess they have a question for you and Joanna.
All right. It's a good thing this is a real loosey-goosey type of show,
Why?
Yeah.
You can bring something up and I'll stop.
Oh, you're saying other...
Buzz is trying to say he's annoyed that you interrupted his
I'm
flow.
sure he is.
Hey guys, this is Cowboy John. This is for Joanna and Buzz. I went to see Heretic last night. It opened up at the last night on one of the late showings, and I will say it's a smart, intelligent movie. Of course, it's A24, so you know what kind of movies you get with that company.
Yeah.
Which I'm really amazed by. They're really a good company. I like their movies. I will say that Hugh Grant plays a great part. It's a lot of dialogue. It makes you think, and it has a religious aspect to it. I don't want to say it questioned my faith, but it made me question the origins of religion, all of them. So I strongly recommend it. There's not that many jump scares. It's not that type of movie. It's a thinker, and it's suspenseful. And yeah, honestly, I would go see it. Very smart movie. All right, guys, have a good day.
Cool.
Yeah, that actually does sound interesting. Heretic.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it.
Well, the what's the guy's
Hugh
name?
Grant.
Hugh Grant movie that had me questioning the origins of religion. My religion was him as the soul Oompa Loompa, Willy Wonka. The hell was that? I don't have, I guess I got audio for this, but over 40 monkeys escaped from a research facility in South Carolina.
What?
43 monkeys escaped from a research facility in South Carolina on Wednesday night. Experts say they were too young to have any testing done on them and too young to carry any diseases. That is so sad. It's like these monkeys, it's like we hadn't started testing on them, but that is their fate.
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Wait, hold on. I've seen Planet of the Apes. That is how the movie starts. Caesar breaks out a bunch of monkeys from a research facility.
Yeah, no.
I was going to say that's how 28 Days Later starts, but no, the monkeys were released.
They were
by environmental activists
yeah.
or animal rights activists.
They didn't break.
They didn't break out. No, they were released.
It was part of these like Earth liberation terrorists, and they released some of these apes who had been given the rage virus, and that's how. Have you never seen 28 Days Later?
No.
Okay. All right.
I thought we were talking about
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Well, we were. But
Well, there's
then it reminded
a
me of
monkey escape in 28 Days Later too.
Okay.
The radical feminist movement, it called 4B, has gained traction among liberal women in the United States. This started in South Korea, although I think there's a Greek play based on it. Women aren't going to have sex at all with any man while Donald Trump is president. Several women crying have declared that for the next 4 years, they will effectively be on a sex strike because they're so upset over the Trump win.
Well, call me a strike breaker.
Scab.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies.
I also have decided that for the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend a handful of days before the election.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid.
I mean, yeah, good luck, guys.
I
swear to God.
Thank God MAGA chicks are slutty.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind going to see Beetlejuice the musical with Lauren Boebert.
The movement sounds like it probably worked in South Korea, but considering that there were a lot of women here that voted for Trump, I don't think there's going to be so many rallying behind this movement.
Yeah, MAGA!
Here in the United States.
2024!
But also, considering the amount of times that just this year alone I've been ghosted or a failed to talking stage, I'm starting to wonder, do men actually want women?
What do you mean?
I mean, guys are just dropping women left and right.
On those dating sites?
Yeah.
Oh, most guys are there to try and bang as many women as possible.
How do you know?
I just assume. Do you have any evidence that I'm wrong?
Yeah.
No, the majority of people there want to.
A lot of people start talking and they will just stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's like this isn't leading to sex or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Or whatever.
And finally, for those who think love is dead.
Oh my God.
What?
I just saw the sex doll that Lamar Odom got.
How much does it look like Khloe Kardashian?
Okay, it doesn't have hair on it yet.
Okay.
But Khloe Kardashian kind of looks a little plasticky to begin with. From all that surgery.
She looks like a different
she's completely different.
So yeah, it kind of looks.
You know what would be interesting? Is it pre-plastic surgery, Khloe, or is it post?
No, it's not. It's post.
Okay.
It doesn't have as much plastic as the actual Khloe does.
I'm sorry. I again interrupted Buzz.
A gentleman named Bernard Snyder and a woman named Joe Cartwright are getting married, or just got married last week in Austin. They both met at the retirement home that they live, and they are both in their late 90s, you guys.
Aw.
So I'm thinking at least 95, right? They said they fell in love. Here they are talking about falling in love as they're closing in on 100 each of them, along with a little bit of their wedding ceremony.
Wherever I was, he was there. I would look up, and there he was, right there. And I thought, well, maybe this man, maybe he likes me a little bit.
I said, I'm looking for a dinner partner because I hate eating alone. As we've said to each other, it seems impossible that we could be in love.
And Bernard, do you take Joe to be your wife, to love, to honor, and cherish, and to create a future together?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody all together now. Aww. All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back. A lot more of the show ahead. We're going to have Jimmy J.J. Walker, who's appearing this weekend at the El Paso Comic Strip. He's coming by. We've got a true crime report in about 20 minutes. Joanna has Hollywood Cheese Man in about half an hour. And a full Friday show for you, so stick with us. More coming up right after this.
Good morning. Chuck Armstrong here, and I will be along tonight at 7 to get your weekend off to a rockin' start with Loudwire Nights. Then tomorrow at 5, it's 2 hours of ultimate Metallica.
Be outrageous. Be the change. Be the A-rated District of Champions.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Hey, it's the weekend, everybody. Or at least the pre-kend. And that means we'll have a six-pack at 5 o'clock today. Weekend Starter 6-pack every 5 o'clock, brought to you by Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino. Play the hottest slots and electronic table games at the place where there's always more fun in the sun. Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino, November 8th. 6 in a row from Motley Crue today.
Hey.
What do you think they're going to do? Do a little shot at the devil?
Yeah.
Some Dr. Feelgood?
Yeah.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Yeah.
All right. So that is at 5 o'clock, a 6-pack for the Weekend Starter 6-pack featuring Motley Crue tonight. You're going to open for Jimmy Walker?
Tomorrow. Just for one night, yeah.
Are there 2 shows tomorrow night?
There are.
Okay, so you're going to do 2 opening gigs.
Yes.
All right, if you want to see Nico, he's going to open for Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Yeah.
On Saturday, during Saturday shows only.
It'll be
I can't make it, dude. I wish I could. You know what? I got a bar mitzvah.
Oh, you're going to Steve's nephew's?
Yeah.
Is it at night?
Yeah. It's like party.
Oh, okay.
You never
No
been-
worries.
Well, yeah. This is the party for it.
Not
usually the ceremony. Every ceremony for a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah that I've ever been to has been in a synagogue.
That's what I thought. That's where I thought you
I don't know.
were,
Maybe
yeah.
you can just do them anywhere. I'll find out more.
But Jimmy, so opening for him, like he went up to Anthony. He's like, "Hey, what's up? I work clean, son.
I work clean, son." And did Anthony Austin Brown tell him, "Well, I don't"?
No. He was like,
Ramps.
okay. And so he just like changed his setup right on the spot. It has to be perfectly clean.
Good morning. Good morning show, guys. So Jimmy J.J. Walker, is this? I used to really like that guy. Is this the guy that used to be on Good Times?
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah, that's him. Of course.
I didn't know he was still working and doing comedy.
Yeah.
But seriously, is it that guy? So you could clarify a little bit. But I hope he is, because that guy was cool. He used to crack me up, man.
Okay.
All right.
Please
Let
confirm.
me know.
Yeah, he was played the role of JJ on Good Times.
Hello. Aren't you glad you let your fingers do the walking? Because you got kids dynamite doing the talking.
Okay, well, that's just kind of dancing and stuff. I was trying to give you a little taste of what Jimmy J.J. Walker was all about.
No, he's hilarious.
You've been freaked out for years.
Okay.
He is hilarious. It's a great show. You don't want to miss it.
Seriously clean?
Seriously, oh, no, everybody's clean from the opener to the feature to Jimmy.
Let me see. Here's another call.
Didn't Jimmy also work on radio? Were you telling me that yesterday? Or in radio?
Yeah, he worked at a radio station, I think, before he kind of broke through in comedy. Definitely before he was a big TV star.
Yeah.
So he was a really young guy.
What up, Mo Show?
Hey.
Guys, I've been a big-time, long-time Democrat, and I've been on the bummers, sad, depressed, ever since waking up Wednesday. But today, I saw the light. There is new hope. I'm so excited. I just saw the news that they're going to make Star Wars 10, 11, and 12. Woo, woo! Y'all have a blessed day and a blessed weekend!
Yeah, I saw that headline, but I didn't take time to open up the link. Let me see if I can find this. A new, not just a movie, a new Star Wars trilogy. Are you doing it in entertainment?
I was, but we could do it here.
This
Since
will,
listener brought it up.
yeah, okay. This is all we know from Variety. This will not be a continuation of the Skywalker saga. That's the story that was told in episodes 1 through 9. The trilogy will focus on a new story and new characters, but there's no word when it takes place or if any Star Wars characters that are known will appear.
Can they
follow all that?
Can they just redo the last 3?
Pretend these 3 didn't happen.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
We're just gonna do it over
We're just going to go a different direction in it. There's not going to be any Emperor Snoke.
I know. What did any of that mean?
Right. And the final movie was the most baffling one.
Yeah.
And I consume a lot of Star Wars media, for a gentleman of my age.
For a 57-year-old.
Yeah. Several other Star Wars movies are in development. If it means anything to you, this new trilogy is being developed by Simon Kinberg, one of the creative minds behind several of the X-Men movies. So I would just ask, which X-Men movies? Because some...
Okay, but which ones?
Yeah. I think you agree some were better than others, right?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get to the Moshu calendar and daily almanac of events, and we're going to find out what's going on this November the 8th. X-rays were discovered on this day. Maybe we'll find out more about that coming up. The discovery of X-rays.
Rottingen, I believe.
Yeah, Rottingen was the man.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things going on today. Today's X-ray day, so we'll find out more about that coming up. Today is World Town Planning Day, and something called Shakespeare Authorship Mystery Day, which...
Is this about the controversy about whether Shakespeare
There's no real controversy. There are some people, snobs mostly, who believe that it had to have been a much more educated man than William Shakespeare.
Like Spencer or...
The Earl of Oxford is a name that comes up. Some of the zanier ones are that these were secretly written by Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh, that's zany.
Yeah, there are a lot of different zany ones, and it's all because they're like, well, this guy he simply didn't have the education. He was just an actor. He could read, couldn't he?
Right.
He could read and write. Just because they're like, he's never been to these places. He's never been outside of England. He never
did to Verona or anything. But you can tell because he gets some of the places wrong in the description of them.
Okay, you are just going to get me wound up here if you start talking about, you Oxfordians out there can such a big one.
I know that this is a pet peeve of his.
Is it really?
Yeah. So what's his favorite movie, Joanna?
Oh, Shakespeare in Love.
One of.
And he loves to talk about this when we're watching the movie. He's like, see, he's the one that did it. It wasn't the other guy.
Wait, what?
Because who's his friend in the movie that has also
Christopher Marlowe.
Christopher Marlowe has been credited with...
oh, yeah. Some people said it was Kit Marlowe.
Did they also say, there was just a whole collective of people?
It could have been multiple, yeah.
Right.
But that's not true. It was Shakespeare.
Listen,
there was a Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare was an actual guy.
Shakespeare deniers.
We have the records of his birth and his death and where he's buried, and everybody in his time, everybody in London, especially in the theater community, knew who William Shakespeare was. Right? Freaking mystery authorship, mystery BS. You just knew it. You just know how to push my buttons, don't you?
You got them all riled up this morning.
Let's talk celebrities having birthdays. Ozzy Osbourne's son, Jack Osbourne, is 39 today.
Whoa.
Tara Reid is 49.
49?
Yeah, Tara Reid's 49.
Reid?
Mm-hmm.
I had the biggest
She played
crush.
Bunny Lebowski in The Big Lebowski,
49?
Will you blow on my toenails?
Oh, I had such a big crush on her.
Have you seen Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you really?
With you. You made me watch it.
Have you really?
Joanne, have you ever seen Big Lebowski?
Yes, but...
Okay.
You make everybody watch it.
Actor Parker Posey turns 56 today.
Her.
Yeah, she's great. She was in a lot of those, not Spinal Tap, but the same guys who did Spinal Tap, those documentary type of movies. She was in a bunch of those. And she was in
Dazed and
Confused. That's right. Chef Gordon Ramsay is celebrating a birthday today. He's 58.
Oh, there's this new television.
Somebody says his dialogue includes more bleeps than R2-D2's.
There's this new show I'm watching with him and another chef. His name is Gino. He's a Italian chef that has a thick accent, and they are hilarious together.
Do they cuss?
Yeah, well, because
they get mad at each other.
Yeah, all Gino does is piss off Gordon Ramsay.
Former teen idol from when I was like maybe in 5th through 7th grade, Leif Garrett is 63.
Yeah, I love Leif Garrett.
You don't know who Leif Garrett is?
Yeah, he was in that show. The Partridge Family.
No.
Which movie? What show was he in?
He was in The Outsiders. He played like the leader of the Searchers.
Oh, okay. I'm getting somebody confused. Yeah. Who was in the Partridge Family?
David Cassidy.
Cassidy. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
and you were going to say Danny Bongucci.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what was going on in Nico's mind.
Yeah. Right. What in the world
Shut up.
is Nico thinking about? Actor Alfre Woodard is 72 today. And blues legend, not only the singer, but the guitarist, Bonnie Raitt, 75 years old today. Her biggest hit, Let's Give 'Em Something to Talk About. Today is National Cappuccino Day, and happy Statehood Day to Montana. If there's anybody in Montana listening, in 1889, Montana was admitted as the 41st state of the Union. And today is X-ray Day. It observes the date in history when X-rays were first discovered. Is discovered the right word? I mean, yeah. X-rays are there already.
They've always been there, but it was the first recognized or discovered, sure.
Okay, well, it happened on November 8th, 1895. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like we're gonna take you right there when the magic all happened. Ready?
Awesome.
And now, great moments in history.
November 8th, 1895. While experimenting with electricity, Wilhelm Röntgen discovers the X-ray.
Look, I've discovered a new particle that passes through matter, which actually allows you to see inside the body to the skeleton. I tried it with my wife and I, and you can even see the outlines of other body tissue. Look.
Oh my, are those your wife's breasts?
I suppose, yes.
And I can see your... Ew!
Obviously we'll have to install a heater in the X-ray room.
This has been Great Moments in History.
This is Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, El Paso's Best Rock will...
We are professional. Trucks giving at Costa Buick GMC, Montana at Airway by the airport.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
We're going to do a true crime report coming up in a few minutes. Joanna has the Hollywood Cheese May on the way, and comedy legend and TV legend Jimmy J.J. Walker is going to be coming by the studio. He's performing this weekend at the El Paso Comic Strip. Is there a Sunday show this week at the El Paso Comic Strip? Yeah. We're going to get into a true crime report here in just a couple of minutes. I wanted to find a story. I didn't have time to put it in the true crime report, but it's one that breaks one of my basic rules of being a criminal, which I'm not encouraging you to be a criminal, but what's the main thing? If you're doing something very, very illegal, don't also do little crimes, because you'll get caught for the little crime, and then you'll get caught for the big crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you got I don't know, a ton of cocaine in the back of your trunk, make sure your registration's up to date.
Yeah. Use your blinkers.
Yeah, use your blinkers. Don't make an illegal U-turn when you're not supposed to.
Don't speed.
So this is a good example. A drug dealer who was wanted for dealing drugs got caught with 52 bags of drugs because he skipped the bus fare. This happened in New York. A drug dealer on Staten Island got caught because he got on a bus and didn't pay the fare.
You could afford it. You're a drug dealer.
An MTA official saw him do it as he boarded the 2 o'clock on October 25th. It would normally just be a ticket, no big deal. You get a ticket for not paying the bus fare. But an NYPD bus enforcement unit joined in. I guess if you find yourself like in a speed situation with Keanu Reeves, you're going to need somebody for bus enforcement. They found 52 bags of drugs on the man. 40 of the baggies had cocaine in them. The other 12 contained heroin. So he was riding extremely dirty. The man's name is Noel Steidel. He's 40 years old. Not his first rodeo. He did 5 years for drug and weapons charges and had just been paroled in February. Now he's facing fresh charges for possession with intent to distribute, theft of services for not paying the bus fare, but really it's mostly the 52 baggies of hard drugs that got him. So again, if you are committing a big crime, don't also commit little ticky-tacky crimes. Why am I helping? Why would I be helping anybody? Yeah, you should just go turn yourself in, I guess. All right, you ready for the actual true crime report?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Actual crime stories from around the world and across the nation. This is your true crime report. Somebody crashed a rented Cybertruck while chasing a porch pirate. Okay. Somebody borrowed a neon green Cybertruck.
Oh, exotic.
On the car sharing app Turo. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Mm-mm. Turo?
Yeah, it's a car sharing app. All right. Someone got one of these, they got the neon green Cybertruck on the car sharing app Turo and crashed it while chasing down a porch pirate who had just stolen a package from their property. There are not a lot of details on the crash, but there's video of it from the Cybertruck. And it seems to show the driver forcing the thief, or this alleged thief, off the road and ramming them into a nearby tree. The footage was posted by the owner of the Cybertruck, not the guy who was driving it, the guy who actually owns it, who also shared an image of the damage. So, something to know about Cybertrucks. They have a reputation for being difficult to repair. So he says he's waiting to see how good this guy's insurance works for him. The owner said he handed over the footage and information on the renter to police, but it's unclear if anyone was arrested. This all happened within a few seconds. Apparently, the Cybertruck driver was already on the road and started chasing after the thief because the neighborhood had an existing problem with porch pirates. It is unknown what was in the package. All right, here's one for you. A man riding up either a bicycle or a motorbike. A motorcycle. No, I think this is just a regular bicycle, okay? A 71-year-old man was riding his bicycle when an ambulance crashed into him. The ambulance rushed him to the hospital, but then later billed him for the ride, and it's exorbitant, okay? You remember my experience, my one and only experience in an ambulance?
Yep.
I didn't know my insurance didn't cover ambulances. Right. A law firm in Oregon has filed a lawsuit on behalf of a 71-year-old man named William Hosch. He was riding his bike when an ambulance crashed into him. It was the ambulance's fault. They turned into his path, okay? And that's important to remember. So after they hit him, they got him up off the street and into the hospital, rushed him into the ambulance and rushed him to the hospital. They later billed him more than $1,800 for the ambulance ride. Not the only bill he's been dealing with. He said he racked up $47,000 in medical expenses from the accident and expects another $50,000 in medical costs in the future. In the accident, Nico, did you drive the ambulance? Yeah.
Yeah. You know the crazy...
What happens what happens when an ambulance gets in an accident with another vehicle?
Oh, you have to write a report. Sucks.
But you get to charge them $1,800.
Well, so ambulance...
This guy's insurance is better than mine. It cost me $9,000.
So because ambulances have the ability to go through red lights and things like that, the drivers are typically held to a higher standard. So I remember being told that if you were in an accident, even if it wasn't your fault, you would always be considered at fault as the ambulance driver.
Well, what do you think about this? Taking him to the hospital and then billing him for the ambulance ride when it was the ambulance that hit him. Have you been following this story?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Mr. Hosch and his lawyers have filed a nearly $1 million lawsuit against the ambulance provider Columbia River Fire and Rescue. The ambulance company has not responded.
I know this is probably not something I should say, but I'm also not working in the healthcare field anymore. I will only call the ambulance if you needed it, if I really needed it. If somebody, otherwise I'd just get them to the hospital in a car or just drive myself.
I could have driven. Well,
I don't think you could have.
No,
you probably could not have.
I had suffered a mild concussion.
That's why.
But I drove myself to the urgent care,
which is down the street. That doesn't count.
Which at that moment,
for $9,000, I would have walked. I don't even know what hospital they took me to. That's how out of it I was.
Yeah.
But when they were putting me in the thing,
which means you probably shouldn't have been driving if that's how out of it you were.
$9,000. I'll give it a shot.
Not just that, but imagine who you could have crashed into, and then what their medical expenses
what
and bills
could have happened to you on the way there.
Yeah, you got a good point there, but $9,000.
He will fight that.
I'll call a friend.
Yes, that's what you should do.
Maybe that would have been the better option.
This was.
Did you not call Nico?
Well, I had just left Buzz's house 2 hours before.
Bicycle accident.
Yes, I had just left your house too. I brought my friend Brian at the time. We went to go hang out with you, and I remember Buzz did have a beer before. At least not
like hours before.
A couple hours, and it was one
beer.
But then you took your sleeping pill.
I did,
and then I remember thinking,
5 points.
I hope that beer and sleeping pill combo didn't do this.
You took the sleeping pill, and then you decided, let me hop on my motorized bike.
No. Listen to me. So the motorized bike had just come in. They had to deliver it to Wildcat Cyclery.
Right. So you just got out of your house.
I got it to my house.
And you wanted to show it off to your mom, who you had on Skype.
Yeah, but you're leaving important parts of the thing out. So it was ready for bed. I have a prescription of a thing that kind of helps you conk out a little bit. So I took it. My mom called me. She called me.
Okay.
Yes. And I said, hold on, let me put it on FaceTime. I want to show you something. That's where I went wrong. And so I went out. I got on my new motorized bicycle. And I gave the toggle a little juice, and this thing took off like a bat out of Hades. It just took off.
On the phone when it happened?
And the next thing I know, I'm on the ground and I'm coming to, and I can tell that there are broken shards of teeth all over the driveway and my mouth and everything. And all I can hear my mom on the phone and just, hey, are you all right?
Oh, no. How traumatic for her.
So then I drove myself to the urgent care.
Okay.
And they treated me, and they might have given me something for... I don't know. I was pretty out of it.
They would have called the ambulance immediately because that's not something they would treat. And
right.
Even if I had to go home, it was just I knocked out most of my front teeth. I would have gone home. And then gone to the hospital the next day for $9,000.
Also, another interesting point.
$9,000.
Buzz, it was a serious traumatic injury.
You also can
$9,000 is a serious price.
You suffered a concussion.
I mean, somebody with two-story houses could easily afford $9,000. I mean, why are you complaining about $9,000 when your wallet is bulging?
At least I have a bulge in my pants.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're wearing too tight pants. No, I was going to say before you rudely interrupted. I don't even know if you guys know this, but I'm not going to say the companies I work for. I work for different ambulance companies. Almost none of them required us to take a driving test for the ambulance. They were just like, you got your license.
They did that thing where they make you drive the ambulance.
You don't have to have a CDL?
No. They were just like, you got your license, right?
They didn't give you class?
No.
How did you know where the siren was?
I like how you're telling us.
On the job?
Yes.
Hey, that's the siren there.
Some dude sitting next to you is just like, that's the siren.
You're when you get your truck in the morning, you're supposed to test all that stuff out before you leave. But anyways, yeah, no driving test whatsoever.
I got one final story on the true. It seems like we really did a departure there, right in the middle of the true.
We segued a little, yeah.
But it's a Florida man story. So do you guys want to play?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's how we play the. Oh yeah, sometimes I forget the order that things need to go in.
Florida man, Florida man,
who never fears any bodily harm.
Florida man, Florida man,
who's made love
to a dozen trees.
Throws
tennis balls that are full of bees.
Who tries to bite every cop he sees? Florida man.
Florida man.
I will read the Florida Man. Have you checked out that show yet on HBO Max?
Which one?
Florida Man.
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's supposed to be good.
It's Danny McBride, but it's not like I think it's just like crazy stories and interviews with people that
From
end up
Florida.
in these situations. So it's not like he's bringing Kenny Powers back or anything. All right, here's the headline. I'm going to leave out one word. And if you fill it in correctly, $10,000
All right.
from Town Square Media will be yours. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Here's the headline. And get ready to write down your answers. Florida man arrested for punching a police blank. Once again, Florida man arrested for punching a police blank. All right, you got 20 seconds on the clock here to write your answers down. It looks like Nico is just writing on his hand. You need paper?
I got it.
I would have to reach over
I
somewhere.
got a lot of paper.
You're writing it on your head.
Joanna, do you have your
Closer.
answer?
I do.
Okay. I'd go with Joanna, who wrote on paper like a civilized human. Joanna, Florida man arrested for punching a police blank.
I think this word was still on my mind, so I went with bulge.
A police bulge?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Right in the gonads.
All right, Joanna. Good answer.
Thank you. Good answer.
You know,
Police
when the
bulge.
answer's terrible on Family Feud, they applaud louder just to make them feel
right.
Show more enthusiasm, Nico.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Bulge on a look. I put it on a paper.
You wrote bulge on the paper.
Nico, Florida man arrested for punching a police blank.
I had two answers because I thought Joanna was going to go for one of these, obviously, and I was going to go for the other
I
one.
was gonna go for
It
alligator.
can only
Turn it around, let me see. Horse dog. A police horse dog? What is a police horse dog?
No, it's police horse or police dog.
You know how this game is played.
I know. I'm just saying. You wanted me to show you my hand. This is what I had.
Which one do you choose?
Police dog. What were they? What were they?
Time's up, dude.
Oh, police horse. Police horse.
You're going to say police horse?
Yeah.
You know $10,000 are on the line.
I know.
on your head. Is it bulge?
No, it's horse. Who would use the word police bulge? Good Lord.
No.
You smoking the local weed over there?
Yeah, I've never heard of a police bulge.
Whoa.
Well, depending on.
I don't know.
I
It's
thought
a
for sure
Florida man story.
when she was like,
Anything's possible.
I thought for a second Joanna or you might have said alligator.
I wanted to say alligator.
You know,
but
they're
they don't
police.
have police
Police
alligators. Do
yeah.
they?
They take a bite out of crime.
It's bad to assault a police officer, but does it seem worse to you to attack a police animal?
Yes, that sounds worse.
I think a horse could take a punch. I don't think a dog could take like a nice hook.
A man from Florida man Emmanuel Jones was arrested for punching a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office horse.
I don't like the way that horse is looking at me.
This was after the Georgia-Florida game on Saturday. The officers were trying to maintain order after the game when Mr. Jones, the suspect, reportedly walked up, reared back, and punched the horse in the face. It is unclear why. Well, it's Florida, and they lost to Georgia, right? I didn't watch that one, but, maybe he was pissed off about the game or drunk. 3 officers grabbed Jones as he was still, in their words, swinging his arm around and throwing haymakers. One of the officers struck him in the face, then put him on the ground. He was cuffed. He was charged with causing harm to a police animal, disorderly intoxication. There you go. Resisting arrest as well.
Oh, I'm sure it was drunk. I didn't even have to question whether the person was drunk or not.
Right. You're drunk.
If you're punching horses.
Nobody gets high and goes and punches a horse.
No, they don't.
If anything, you want to make the horse your friend.
Yeah, right.
They eat your face.
No, they don't. So a winner on the Florida Man game today. Nico, what are you going to do with all that money?
Thank you. I will pay your $10,000 ambulance bill. Yeah, just for you.
Who plays baseball with a feral cat?
Florida man, Florida man.
Tried to stab his boss with a sewer rat. Florida man. Who snorts crank and screams in the street? Whose favorite food is
My favorite part? Who gave Marco Rubio a Senate seat?
Florida man, Florida man.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Oh, free delivery this weekend only. National Furniture Liquidators when it comes to value, quality, and selection.
Nobody beats Shorty.
Broadcasting from El Paso for El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Jimmy J.J. Walker's coming in. Yeah, biggest sitcom star of the 70s.
Absolutely. I think he was named
I
that.
think he was named that by, that
TV Guide.
TV Guide, right. The final word on everything, basically. But Jimmy J.J. Walker is going to be performing tonight, Saturday, and Sunday at the El Paso Comic Strip. There are 2 shows on Saturday night. You going to be having your open mic?
Yeah, I've got the open mic at Scenic's Bar and Kitchen. Guys, it is one of the best open mics in town. If anybody's curious about stand-up, just watch to see it, where it starts. Come to the open mic. 4130 North Mesa.
You're going to see comedy in its rawest form.
And maybe you'll be inspired to do it, too. A lot of people come and they go, I can do that. Which I think is probably how most people start.
Mm-hmm. There was something you wanted to show.
A neckline call. It's about the true crime.
Well, is it this one? I don't know which one it is. You don't have your computer today?
I don't. I left it home. I was doing some work.
Beaverlane, Blazing Saddles, Mongo punches that horse in the face and just knocks his ass out.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
The movie Blazing Saddles?
But it's in reference to the true crime story about the
guy who
police horse.
punched the police horse in the face.
Mongo.
Not me. It's been quite a different movie. I got a couple other calls we can get to, and Joanna's going to do the Hollywood Cheesemate for us coming up in just a couple of minutes. All right, here's a call. Hold on, let me start it at the beginning. Okay, it's not much over a minute.
Yes, I'm listening to clips of Kamala Harris's outro speech, and you guys, thought that Trump was a kook. This lady sounds kooky, man. It sounds like she's still running.
How can 2 people like me and the caller hear something and come to such completely different conclusions?
I mean,
upon hearing the same thing.
That way to sum up the 2024 presidential race.
Kamala's got a weird laugh. I mean, everybody knows about that. They even made fun of it to her face on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
We're going to fight. We're not done fighting. And all you young people, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad and depressed. I could just see her rubbing their backs and holding their hair back while they vomit, and we're all going to just hold hands and sing Kumbaya, and Santa Claus is going to be here tomorrow. Yeah.
I would just ask you, do you remember what happened 4 years ago? Like at this time 4 years ago, the guy who lost was bawling to everybody that would listen to him that he actually won.
This is just a troll who wants that reaction.
You want that react, right?
Yeah.
You know how stupid. You think this caller knows how ridiculous his argument is.
Yeah, but also I
don't think he does.
I kind of agree, though, that Kamala and the rest of the Democratic Party are all going to have a come to Jesus meeting about what's important and what they need to campaign on in the future.
You know, it's just a bunch of gobbledygook, man. She is saying, just like when she was running, she's saying nothing.
Hannibal Lecter, remember Hannibal Lecter? I am having an old friend for dinner.
He won. That guy won. He's our president.
I'm sorry, but for 4 years, I can't just sit here and abide somebody saying things that are...
Hey, that's our president.
Eminently mockable.
Yes.
I don't want to play this call anymore.
Tapping out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's laughable.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
No, I'm
It's
laughing.
laughable.
You are.
And I wish she would just, hush up and sit down, man.
Yeah, like Trump did in 2020. You know, how he just acted like a big boy and put on his big boy pants and just accepted the loss. Give me a break, dude. You got to be kidding. Yeah, I think you're a troll, and you're trying to get me wound up. Here's another view.
Hi, good morning show. I just had an idea, is why don't they just invite Trump to all the talk shows and everything? Basically, that's what he wants, is attention. So maybe by doing that, it'll keep him from doing something crazy and keep us safe for another couple of years. Thank you.
Well, there's
Bye.
a thought. He just likes being on TV. I think that's a big part of it. He likes being on TV. He likes playing golf.
Oh, he doesn't like the actual job of president.
No. Like paying attention in a meeting?
No.
He's never seen that as his role.
But
that's why he doesn't pay attention, because he doesn't care about it. What he cares about is getting attention for himself.
No, but ladies and gentlemen, your president, J.D. Vance.
Right.
They could 25th Amendment him. You know, that might be
He just
part
won. What are you talking about?
That might have been part of the play all along.
He just won.
Did you see he was speaking last week, like on Friday, like a week ago today? He was speaking, and he started talking about Mitch McConnell, who endorsed him. He started making fun of Mitch McConnell for endorsing him.
Doesn't matter.
And talking about how horrible he is.
He's in charge of our government. He is in charge of our government.
Some of these Republicans, like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, the fact that you're so willing to let someone rest their testicles on your face and without a peep of protest is really hard to stomach.
To be fair, now his testicles are on all of our faces. So
And you will like it.
And you're going to like it for 4 years.
2024.
You know it's going to be 4 years of this.
I can't wait.
Like, you better just get, settle in.
He
get
was
ready.
the one who was triggered by Kamala being triggered. Do you realize that was a Trumper triggered that Kamala was triggered?
It is weird. Like, your candidate won already.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Just
it's like
Is it
4 days later and you're still doing a dance in the end zone.
Yeah. But now you're triggered by the guy who was triggered by Kamala's triggering.
This is what they want.
And I'm probably triggering somebody else out there.
Yeah, this is what they want.
I have a feeling I might trigger Jimmy J.J. Walker later this morning from what you've been telling
Don't
me.
do that.
Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Whoopi Goldberg revealed that Maggie Smith's death led to readjustments in the development of Sister Act 3, which is totally happening still. Speaking on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Goldberg explained that Smith's passing prompted changes in the film, though she did assure fans that the project is still moving forward.
They're doing Sister Act 3.
Hell yeah, they are. About damn time.
Is she still hiding out in that convent or
No,
whatever?
in the second one, she's no longer hiding
Yeah,
out.
she's not hiding.
Never saw any of them.
Oh, then why are you asking questions?
Sister Dolores.
That's a great one. Goldberg had previously mentioned that the script was still being worked on, and in March, she confirmed the film was still on the way. She also revealed that she invited friends like Cheryl Lee Ralph to join the project. Before Smith's death in September, Goldberg had teased that she was holding the role of Mother Superior for her. Unfortunately, Smith passed away on September 27th at the age of 89.
Have you guys seen that clip of Maggie Smith, Dame Judi Dench, and some other famous English actress and they're just all kind of like sniping at each other, like, well, you always get the roles. No, you always get the roles. My agent.
No.
It's pretty good.
That's what like
Find it
most of
and
the
send it to me.
episodes of Downton Abbey are kind of like.
I've never seen Downton Abbey.
Oh, it's great.
Should I start that? I'm looking for something while I'm in a hibernation mode.
Yeah. Start Downton Abbey.
All right.
You got multiple seasons and 2 movies and one.
Oh, there's movies. That's right.
Yeah, so relatable. It's all about a mansion in England.
It's not a mansion. It's a castle. Literally a castle.
Differences right there. After years of trying to bring Gambit to the big screen, Channing Tatum finally made his debut as the character in Deadpool and Wolverine this summer. If you'll remember, what's his famous line? Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this. You just let them know what happened here today.
You just let them know what happened here today.
Well, now it's being reported that Marvel is obsessed with Tatum's portrayal, with co-star Ryan Reynolds comparing Tatum's journey to his own struggles to get Deadpool made. Reynolds believes that sometimes Marvel just needs to see a character in action to recognize its potential. Tatum, however, remains cautious, acknowledging that future appearances aren't guaranteed, though he does hope that Marvel head Kevin Feige will bring him back. Deadpool and Wolverine is now currently streaming on Disney+.
That's also probably because he tried to get the Gambit movie going and like was almost positive it happened and then it got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Hold your
so I know-
reservations.
there was one of the X-Men movies where the character Gambit shows up in, right?
Gambit shows up in X-Men X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
all
what
right.
Buzz was asking
But
me
was
earlier. and I
that
like, oh,
Channing
no.
Tatum?
I never
No.
saw that one.
No, it was not Channing Tatum. It was
some other dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have your computer with you.
I don't.
Blue's Clues icon Steve Burns has shared a new video on TikTok that seemingly looks to inject some calm into people's day following the presidential election. In the video, he just chills outside and sips from his mug after handing one to viewers while resting against a fence. The minute-long clip has gotten over 1.7 million views and over 400,000 likes so far. People who watched the video apparently got pretty emotional despite it being basically silent, with one person showing, I bet you didn't think you'd still be raising us all these years later, Steve.
Aww.
Steve is known for his TikToks where he simply asks, how are you? And tell me about your day. And he simply listens in the video.
He just asked those questions and then the comments.
He's like, tell me, how are you today?
Oh, that's
It's
brilliant.
kind of like in Blue's
Completely
Clues when
bald
he'd be
now,
like,
right?
hi out there. Yeah.
Isn't Steve
he
completely
is bald, yeah.
bald?
Why do you have to bring that up? He's a great man.
No, because sometimes you see him and you're like, oh, I'm
it
not sure I
scary?
would have recognized Steve. Is it scary? No, it's just, Steve, but bald.
It's still Steve from Blue's Clues.
Why do you have so much hate against the follically challenged? What is with you?
He committed to it, And he could still have some hair on his head if he wanted to, but he's chosen not to.
Follically.
As opposed to
trying to hang on for dear life to every last
Sometimes
thread.
people just embrace it. And you know what? The world has embraced Steve Burns and his baldness.
I've named all of them. Okay.
What are their 3 names?
Curly, Mo, and Larry.
Well, sorry, but I, like the rest of the internet, do not claim brown-eyed Jeremy Allen White. The Bear star is currently filming in New York and New Jersey for the upcoming Bruce Springsteen biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere. And there's one detail of his transformation into the musician that has the entire internet collectively yelling. Known for his piercing blue eyes, Jeremy has been given brown contacts to alter his appearance to match Bruce more. One fan on X wrote, quote, I am speechless. Put his eyes back. And many are asking, is this allowed? And in a statement we wish we could forget, one user observed, he literally looks like Pee Wee Herman.
They've got a lot of pictures of him playing Bruce Springsteen, and none of them does it make you think for a second that it's Bruce Springsteen. It's just, he does not look like Bruce
They
Springsteen.
put jeans on him and brown contacts, and they're like, bam, Bruce.
Hold on. Red bandana.
The bandana. The film, which is set for a release in 2025, follows the story of Bruce and the creation of his 1982 album, Nebraska. The boss recently told The Telegraph that he knew Jeremy would nail the portrayal of a younger version of himself after watching his performance in The Bear. Alongside Jeremy, the Scott Cooper-directed Bruce Springsteen biopic stars Jeremy Strong, Paul Walter Hauser, Odessa Young, Stephen Graham, and Johnny Cannizzaro. And finally, the humble hippopotamus is finally getting its chance to shine on the big screen. A killer hippo horror movie is in the works, and it sounds an awful lot like a twisted take on the classic board game Hungry Hungry Hippos. According to Variety, a new survival thriller called Hungry is being launched at the American film market by Signature Entertainment. The film, which comes from filmmaker James Nunn of the one-shot action thriller franchise, is currently in production. Hungry will follow a group of tourists on holiday who find themselves fighting for their lives against a rampaging hippo after they end up lost in the Louisiana swamplands. No casting information was released. While the film is not connected to Hasbro's iconic Hungry Hungry Hippos game, one can help get some general vibes from the premise. And with your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
You know, hippos are notoriously deadly. Like, hippo attacks are...
Hippos will F you up.
They are angry, short-tempered.
Hungry hippos.
They're hungry all the time. What's the name of the hippo? Deng Peng? That was so cute. Moodang.
She's a pygmy hippo. Get it right.
All right. Thank you, Joanna.
You're welcome.
Jimmy J.J. Walker coming up later. And we got some other things on the schedule, it looks like.
Yeah, lots of things.
Those Hallmark movies have started already.
Hell
Joanna.
yeah.
I have an Am I the A-hole if you guys want it later.
Okay. Also, they asked Reddit. They asked on Reddit, hey, tell us your true stories about the weirdest guest you've ever had in your home. And what did they do that was so weird?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking probably a lot of people have stories like this.
Like having somebody over and like some strange custom or like
and then I tell
thing
Buzz,
they did.
Buzz, you've had a lot of people be a guest at your house. I'm sure you have stories.
Oh, I'm not the weirdest. I am definitely not the weirdest.
I didn't say you were.
No, I'm looking at Buzz.
All right, let's take a break. More coming up right after this.
Music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
More Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino.
Keep it fun. Play responsibly. Need help? Call 1-800-572-1142.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, Nico's got the news coming up in about quarter hour. 15 minutes. That's quarter hour, right?
I believe according to the rules of time. Yes.
So Nico's going to have that on the way.
Hey.
I got a topic, and people are already calling in with their own. What's the weirdest guest you ever had in your house, and what did they do that was so weird?
Raymond Orta, and he scared the hell out of my mom.
Well, I definitely want to hear that one. Yeah, I guess we don't have a dining deal this week. But we did last week. It was the Sushi Freak. So I know that dining deals are coming back, and I know what it's going to be next week because they brought Rib Hut to the studio this week.
God,
so
I hate both of you.
Joanna, did you like how I made a plate?
I love how you made a doggy bag. Yeah.
I took a plastic grocery bag, and I just threw a couple ribs in there, some sausage, threw some potato salad
like
in
not
there.
in a box in the bag, just using the bag
as the container.
In the bag, yeah.
And then just poured barbecue sauce in the bag.
No, I took a little container
No,
of
the
closed
barbecue
barbecue sauce.
came in
Came in
little
packets.
Did you get sides? Did you throw the coleslaw in there too?
It was potato salad.
It was potato salad.
Well, it would mix in with everything else.
It eventually is going to anyway. That's what my mom would say. Like,
It's all going to the same place.
I get a kid like this, and you know kids like this. If the carrots are even touching the peas a tiny little bit,
oh yeah,
they're disgusted.
Yeah, his name's Sheldon Cooper.
Anytime that would happen, my mom had the same go-to, and it was always, it all ends up in the same place.
Wait, so you're telling me that when you were growing up, there was maybe a phase where either you or your brother
were picky or finicky?
Yeah.
That, if there was, that was tamped down hard and immediately.
Oh,
like we never complain. If we ever complained about dinner, we were going to end up washing the dishes.
Oh, what does she say to your daughter? Because I'm sure she's been eating with her before, ate with her before.
Oh, she doesn't hold. I mean, she's like an angel to my daughter. My daughter can get away with anything. My mom will wait on her hand and foot.
That's hilarious.
If she has the
She's
chance.
Not her mom, is
Right.
her grandma. So rules change.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, we were sitting down to dinner, and I think my mom had read an article in a women's magazine, like Red Book or something, that was touting the benefit of liver, like eating liver.
Liver and onions.
Liver and onions.
Yeah.
So once a month we had liver because my mom, that was her science. I read it in Red Books or McCall's or whatever.
Didn't your dad not like it?
And one night we're sitting down and we know you can't complain and that if you don't want to eat it, you're going to be in trouble. And then out of the blue, my dad says, Cheryl, if no one likes it, why do you keep making it?
Cheryl.
Hey guys, it's me, Sam again. I was just thinking about it, man. Just wanted to give you guys some good feedback. Your guys' Save a Deal thing, man, that stuff is awesome. I tried it with my wife just the other day. We went to sushi. Oh my goodness,
Sushi Freak.
Something the sushi place that you guys just did this Friday. Sushi Freaks.
There you go.
And man, I have to highly recommend those Caesar deals, man, because it sounded kind of sketch and all that when we were first kind of talking about it, but dude, it is awesome, man. To drop $25 and then to go enjoy twice as much of that, it's really nice for two people. And actually, what me and the wife are going to do now is we're going to actually go ahead and get those every Friday, no matter where it is. So that way, if it takes us to a random restaurant or to like Messi or something, it'll be a little experience. So something that me and the wife are going to kind of look forward to every Friday night.
Right.
Oh, Friday. So I just wanted to tell you guys it's a good little program you got, and we appreciate it. Me and the wife enjoy it very much. You guys have a great day and enjoy the politics.
I'm so happy he's enjoying the dining deals
Yeah.
and he discovered a great place.
And really describing the point of it really well.
You get $50 worth of food for just $25, and you could go to have a new
places.
experience, find out a new place that you'd never been to. And I mentioned Rib Hut. They used to have a thing on I think it was Wednesday night, $1 beef ribs at the Rib Hut.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
And they, that Rib Hut on Mesa doesn't have that many seats. I mean, I don't know if like 40 people can dine in there, but there would be a line waiting to get in to get those $1 ribs. Beef ribs, I'm talking about.
Man, them ribs are good.
Like the kind of ribs that would tip over Fred Flintstone's car. Here's another call before we get to these weird guest stories.
Downton Abbey, created by Julian Fellows, is prestige television. It's absolutely a great series to watch, and I really think everybody. The son dies, and the driver marries the daughter.
That is a treacherous spoiler from 2010. It's not the son. It's the cousin Matthew, played by Dan Stevens before he
I love
anything else.
His drive-by spoiling.
Rewind the tape here.
I really think everybody. The son dies, and the driver marries the daughter.
So should I still watch it?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's
now
like
that I know that the son dies and the driver marries the daughter.
That was so funny.
That's David, the guy who called yesterday. That I say that I know David.
Oh, that has the weird sense of humor.
He's got a pretty twisted sense of humor. To be honest. All right, so people are sharing stories about the weirdest guests they've had over, either to stay the night or just visit for the evening. People are sharing stories about the weirdest things guests have done in their homes, and here are a few of the highlights. Okay, someone had a friend stay over who forgot to bring their toothbrush, so they just found a random loose toothbrush that was already opened under the sink. The homeowner said they had to tell them that is an old toothbrush that they use for cleaning underneath the sink.
Yeah, don't just grab somebody's toothbrush.
Well, I'm trying to think, is there a way to sanitize that, with hot water and maybe vinegar?
I don't know if there's
and
enough
stuff?
hot water, especially if you're down there and you're using bleach.
Yeah, if it's the chemical stuff, then no.
All right, someone had a guest going through their garbage can, pulling out, quote, perfectly good food so that it wouldn't, quote, go to waste. I've done that before. Like people throw away, when I've had parties at my house, somebody throws away, like barbecue. I might get catered barbecue. It's like, most of the meat's still on that bone. How dare you throw that away? Here. And so I just get it out and start eating. So that easily could be me. Someone discovered evidence that a friend had pleasured himself in the bathroom while pretending to be using the toilet.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, I guess they found evidence.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to hear one
from a listener?
Yeah, from a listener.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone had a friend's friend stay over, and in the middle of the night, the friend's friend woke up, or the owner of the home woke up to the friend rearranging the furniture to improve the feng shui. Do you know what the feng shui? Do you know that term?
Yeah, it's the Japanese art of arranging
furniture in a room for good luck,
for spiritual purposes and flow.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a story about a guest that was staying at my house, not my choice. So I have pets. You know, we're a family that has animals. We love animals. They're part of our family.
Mm-hmm.
And when she stayed there, again, not my idea. I was not the one who stayed there, who asked her to stay there.
Are you kind of curious, like, who asked her to stay there, if not her?
Every time my dog was in the kitchen, she would say, "Can you please call your dog?" And I'd tell her, "No, my dog has free range of this house." And again, my dog would go in there, "Can you please call your dog?" And I said, "No, she's allowed to be wherever she wants to be, and she's not."
This is a good story, but it sounds like that commercial where the person says, you keep your dog food in the refrigerator, and the next thing you see is them just being thrown out of out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Bothering you. She's not growling at you. She's not barking at you. And she asked me one day, "Do you like pets?" And I said, "Yes, obviously I like pets." And she goes, "Well, I don't." I said, "Oh, good for you. Anyway, y'all have a good day. She can go screw herself. Bye."
Yeah. The guest doesn't get to dictate your pet arrangement.
Your pet policy is your policy.
Yeah, I also like how she kept going, "It wasn't my idea for her to stay."
Now, I reserve some rights. Like, if you have a dog that licks you on the face, I'm not going to let it lick me on the face. I feel like I still have the right to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you kick me out of the house, like in those dog food commercials, fine, because we got a live call. We got Jay. Jay, we got a live one. Hey, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jay, you had a weird guest. What'd they do?
Well, no, actually, I think I can identify myself as the weird guest.
Okay.
Second date, I went over to this girl's house, and she fixed us up a dinner, and we had a nice dinner at her house, and so I excused myself to go use the restroom, and she only had the restroom in her bedroom. So did my thing over there, and then as I was coming out of the restroom, I noticed her furniture was not in the right position. So I started moving her nightstands, and then I started making her bed a certain way, and she was wondering what I was doing. So walks into the bed, and she's like, "What'd you do?" I said, I just didn't like the way the things were sitting, so I went ahead and moved them for you. And at that point, she just asked me to leave.
Wait, but you went to her bedroom?
Yeah. She said, "Go use the restroom in my bedroom."
Okay.
Because the boys' bedroom, she had kids, and the boys' bedroom's a mess, so go ahead and use mine. And she didn't appreciate my face.
Was her room messy? I mean, what did you change about it?
No, it wasn't messy at all. It just didn't feel like it was flowing the right way, so I went ahead and moved a couple of things around.
Is this a feng shui thing?
Yes.
It's a feng shui thing. Okay, so you got kicked out of a date's house.
Oh my God!
All right, thanks, Jay.
That's my story.
All right.
Turns out I was the weird guest. I was the weird one.
I was the weird guest.
Let's see.
Oh, do you want me to tell you about my experience with comic?
A weird guest.
Raymond Orta.
Well, so all the comics who come through pretty much know that like my house is the place that they can crash if they're even just driving through.
You mean your house on the west side or your parents' house?
Either one. When I was living with my parents, or my parents are very nice about that, and we have the extra space. But
literally a basement, right?
Yeah, there's a basement. Mm-hmm. It's an older house. And
do you guys have a card table and you just sit around it like that 70s show smoking doobs?
No. I thought you'd been in the basement.
I've never been inside your parents'. I've never been on the grounds of your parents' house.
On the grounds?
There's an imposing gate outside. It's almost like a foreign embassy.
Shut up.
And it's magnificent.
So anyways, Raymond Orta and Mario Salazar and their opener were driving through, and they spent the night at my house, and they got there real late, because they're driving, so it was probably like 11:30 when they showed up. After I set them up with blankets and pillows downstairs, we go to bed, and then I hear a scream from the kitchen. like my mom is screams so loudly when she's surprised. And Raymond, if you've ever seen Raymond, he's like a gigantic, tall person.
Yeah, he's like 6'4", probably.
Yeah. And so I forgot to tell my parents that they were coming that night. So they had no idea there were strangers in the house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so I guess he went to get some water from the kitchen.
And ran face to face with your mom.
Yeah.
Texas is a stand your ground state, so.
I you know what? Thank God we're not stand your ground people.
Right. Someone gave their older neighbor a key to the house because the older neighbor had offered to walk the dog during the day. He did, but they found out later he would also spend hours watching TV in the house with the dog on the couch. The homeowner was weirded out by the boldness, but they think the older neighbor was just trying to get some peace from his wife, who was a real bee, she says. A guy said that when he was 13, he had a friend over, and the friend secretly stole one of his mom's bras.
I don't always heard, that's always like urban legend, or like there's always like plot points about that in sitcoms about
16 Candles. Got the panties.
Yeah.
Remember all the ninth grade boys. A person said their brother-in-law changed their baby's diaper on the dining table during Thanksgiving dinner. They said they offered them a private place, but the person didn't take the hint and just changed the baby's diaper on the table in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, my God. On the middle of Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. All right.
Ew.
If you got any more stories about a weird
What
guest.
about your stories? You've had tons of weird guests.
There was Nico's friends one time, and then there was another time Nico's friends, and then another time Nico's friends. And, okay, there was one lady who had like a tattoo on this part of your lip. I think it's called the philtrum.
We're talking about my friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know what it is, but it's black, and it could be a spade, or it could be like a club from a deck of cards. Whatever it is supposed to be, from more than 5 feet away, it looks like a Hitler mustache. That's exactly, and it's a lady.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
I think I know who you're
Don't
talking
say any names.
Is that the one your girlfriend will always get mad at that she saw her?
So mad.
Yeah.
Right? All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Nico's got news headlines coming up right after this.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
So it's ready right up. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Yeah, I wasn't here, and Nico's still not here. That was a super short break.
Yeah, and I didn't notice you weren't there.
Fortunately, while we wait for Nico to finish that SIG, I guess, we got a few more weird house guest calls.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for calling in. Some live calls, some neckline calls today. Oh, here he is.
Hey, yo, it's B-Man. To talk about the...
That's too low. Can you hear that?
No.
Yeah.
Amplify that.
Do you know how to do the amplify effect?
I'm trying everything.
Hey, Nico, you know when Raymond scared your mom and you're telling the story? I'm surprised that the butler didn't shoot him. Your mom probably screamed because he was getting too close to the escargot and the gold bars hidden in the kitchen.
This guy's relentless, huh?
Relentless.
Right,
this guy
never misses a chance.
This guy is tenacious. All right.
It is hilarious.
Enjoy the relentless.
Yeah, so if I do effects,
then go to
amplitude,
then amplify.
Or hard limit it.
Or you could hard limit it. Yeah.
Boy, you guys say that you don't know anything about production, but you know stuff that I don't know.
You've never hard limited something?
He has no limits.
I've had hard lemonade before.
Hey, yo, it's B-Man. To talk about the weird guests, one of them was my cousin Sergio. I hope he's listening. I met him the first time when I was like in second grade, and then they invited him over to my parents' house later, like when I was like in high school. And they were talking about he's like 40 years old and doesn't have a girlfriend and not married. Well, anyway, he comes downstairs and then he asked for some cereal. He grabbed the cereal, started eating, and he had a dog with him. And he started sharing the cereal with his dog.
Oh.
So I looked at him and I said, "Ew, no wonder." And all my family was like, "Hey." That's pretty funny. So Sergio, I hope you change, man. It's better.
Like it was like, my cousin Sergio.
I hope you're listening right now.
Stop sharing your cereal with your dog.
I draw the line about when dogs are licking you on your mouth, and then some pet owners love it so much it's like they open their mouth.
They're just making out with their dog.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. But I will kiss the dogs on their heads.
Okay. You ready for news headlines?
Kisses for puppies is cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It's Friday, everybody. Woo! Time to get to our news.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yay!
Happy Friday.
And with our top stories of the day, here is Nico Ajimian with the news. Good morning, Nico.
Good morning, Buzz. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning, Boo.
The FBI and other agencies are investigating a rash of text messages sent to black men, women, and students this week. The texts, which were sent anonymously, were reportedly received by people in several states, including New York, Alabama, California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. While the text had some differences, including spelling and wording, most told the recipient that they had been chosen to be picked for work at a plantation, with some specifying the recipients of the text would be picking cotton. The FBI, the Justice Department, and the Federal Communications Commission are investigating the text, and while they're not sure who sent them, there are speculations that they may be coming from a foreign intelligence community trying to take advantage of emotions after this week's presidential election.
What do you think? Russia, China, usual suspects? Are the North Koreans savvy enough to do that?
Yeah, I think they have a really top-notch cyber terrorism. You want to play?
So this is Connie Corinne Freeman. Miss Freeman was one of the people that got the racist text message, and she talks about it here.
It was this odd, ominous feeling text message basically saying, "Hello, you've been selected to be a slave on a plantation, and you're scheduled to get picked up at 12 a.m. on November 13th.
So they believe this is probably outside influence, probably a hostile government who's just trying to rile up Americans by doing things like this.
Absolutely. Well, Federal Reserve has cut the interest rates by a quarter point, and Jerome Powell has said he will not step down. Yesterday, there was little surprise when Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell announced that the Fed had cut interest rates by another quarter of a point. The Fed said that inflation is still somewhat elevated and that unemployment has moved up but remained low. During a question and answer portion of yesterday's press conference, a political reporter asked Powell if he would step down if asked to resign by President-elect Trump. And here is his answer.
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Pretty ballsy.
Yeah, that was actually. Do you want to play the audio for the other things that he said?
You know, it's a bunch of statistic stuff that I'm just not. I'm not smart enough to. Here, it's this.
Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. GDP rose at an annual rate of 2.8% in the third quarter, about the same pace as in the second quarter. Growth of consumer spending has remained resilient, and investment in equipment and intangibles has strengthened.
You people in that world, I don't know how you do it, man, because that's nothing but a big snooze fest for me.
Numbers. Buzz and numbers don't get along.
Care.
Yeah.
Richie Rich.
What? What did I do to deserve that?
Oh, that you don't have to care about the economy.
I don't care.
No, I care.
You're the same no matter whether it's good or bad.
I care. I don't comprehend. There's a difference.
Well, it took less than 48 hours for President-elect Trump to break at least one glass ceiling. Trump named his co-campaign chair, Susie Wiles, as his new White House chief of staff, making her the first woman to ever be appointed to what's considered one of the most important non-elected posts in Washington.
You know, it's that post that John Kelly used to hold.
That's right. The 67-year-old Wiles is a well-respected Republican operative and previously worked for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in 2018. Wiles is the daughter of football player and sportscaster Pat Summerall.
What?
Did you hear that?
She's the daughter of Pat Summerall?
Yeah.
Pat Summerall's been gone for quite a while.
But, him and John Madden were the best team.
He and Madden were absolutely one of the great teams.
Yeah.
In sports broadcasting. Okay.
I like how that got you. Like, what?
Pat Summerall.
What?
Pat Summerall for Ace. Ace is the place. He was like the pitch guy on all the Ace Hardware commercials.
Russian leader Vladimir Putin says he's ready to pick up the phone if President-elect Donald Trump calls. Putin made the comment Thursday during an annual meeting in the resort town of Sochi after initially choosing not to congratulate Trump. Putin said if any Western leader wants to resume contact with Russia, then in his words, we have nothing against it.
Because we kind of broke off any kind of communication with the Kremlin?
Yeah, since the war. Mm-hmm. Trump had, and that's why they're making a pivot to the east and looking for support from like North Korea and China and stuff.
Let me throw out an idea here.
Sure.
And I think maybe this is what some of the people that are actually intelligent in Trump's orbit are thinking. Let's split the world. We're going to have the western half, which is dominated by the U.S., and we'll leave the rest, the eastern half, to Russia and China.
So weirdly enough, I think a part of Trump's coalition are a lot of people who would have been called Democrats in 2008 and 2012. People who were like, George Bush's wars are crazy. Why are we fighting wars in other countries?
If I could only explain to you how outraged any time I offered a criticism of the Bush policy in Iraq and Afghanistan, the way conservatives would flip out.
If you did that.
Yes. Unpatriotic and, you hate soldiers, all this stuff. Now that is part of the holy writ of the Republican Party. We're not going to do wars.
Yeah. I think people have become nationalists. They want to keep the money here, don't focus on any conflicts around the world. And
that's the way to go. I mean, it's the United States was the world's only superpower for, it's been 30 years since the Soviet Union fell.
Yeah, technically we should be able to do what we want, but
right. But it's almost like our balls are shrinking. You know what I mean?
Oh, speaking of which, black balls.
Yeah, that's worse than blue. They about to fall off. I've seen it on a steer.
I wasn't going to. Black balls of goo have been washing up on the What?
I'm listening to find out about the black balls of goo.
Black balls of goo have been washing up on the shores of Sydney, Australia, and they are stumping experts until now.
Okay.
The black balls of goo are...
At least they weren't Great Balls of Fire. So
great band name, though. Black balls of goo.
Write that down.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're actually gross balls that are mini fatbergs made up of human poop, methamphetamine, human hair, fatty acids, and food waste, among others of vile and befuddling substances.
I think I passed one of those the other day.
A black ball of goo.
Now what? Where are they finding them? In the sewers?
On the shores of the beaches.
How'd they get there?
Right?
They must have pulled a Nemo on it.
Well, the New South Wales Environmental Protection Authority cracked the case and adds that other ingredients of the blobs include all types of oil, motor and hair products, hygiene products, and whatever else you throw down a drain.
Yeah, it sounds like everything that went down toilets.
Apparently, there is a problem with sewage. And the smell is beyond disgusting, they say. Workers have been removing the black balls of goo for months now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Black Balls of Goo.
Derek Terry just wrote it.
No.
I'm not gonna. I can't repeat what you say, Derek.
Yeah, we can't repeat it. It's funny.
The way he spelled it.
But it's good to hear that you're doing well.
Yeah, seriously. Well, Plea deals for 3 9/11 defendants at Guantanamo Bay, including mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, must remain in effect, according to a judge. Those plea deals would spare the trio the risk of death sentences in exchange for guilty pleas in the 9/11 attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania. A military judge has voided Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's order nullifying the plea deal. There are multiple reports that he ruled Austin's timing was fatal because it came after Guantanamo's top official had already approved the deals following years of delays. Families of the terror attack victims were not told about the plea deals and were outraged that they were negotiated. They are now even angrier at the new ruling. Some family members are even calling on President-elect Trump to make sure the death sentences are reinstated.
Somebody called in to talk about my inability to comprehend economics.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Don't worry, Buzz. Most of the people that I talk to that voted for Trump don't understand the economy either and don't understand that it's actually doing pretty well. So that's why they voted for him.
Yeah.
I'll take it from you.
Well, the fate of the Menendez brothers is thrown back into the headlines recently thanks to Netflix's true crime drama Monsters. And their fate is up in the air after Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon lost his bid for re-election this week. Gascon last month recommended that the brothers be resentenced for the 1989 murder of their parents. They're serving life in prison, but defense attorneys say they have new evidence about the abuse the brothers suffered at the hands of their father. And incoming DA Nathan Hochman said he can't make a decision on the case until he reviews all the evidence. He takes office on December 2nd, and resentencing hearings, they're set for December 12th, just 10 days later.
But he hasn't expressed an opinion one way or the other on the Menendez brothers?
Mm-mm.
They're not in jail in California, are they?
New York.
Yeah. They're like in a prison where a lot of famous people end up going to, I think.
Yes. Well, police say it wasn't gifts they found during a traffic stop in Utah, but drugs covered in Christmas wrapping. Utah Highway Patrol troopers say they pulled over a Dodge Charger traveling at over 110 miles per hour. Again,
when you're committing a major crime, don't commit smaller crimes.
110 miles per hour on the I-15.
That sounds like he's already running from somebody.
Well, a canine officer was brought to the scene, and the animal led officers to two safes wrapped like presents. The safes were wrapped like the presents.
Safes?
Yeah. The safes contain...
Does it say how big the safes were?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But they contain vacuum-sealed containers with various drugs and paraphernalia. Troopers arrested Klaus Alexander Gellender and Robert Earl Robinson for investigation of 3 counts of drug possession with intent to distribute and numerous other charges. Right. Which party will have the majority in the House of Representatives is still up in the air.
All right. That last story just pissed me off for a moment because I realized some people take gifts on a plane with them when they're going for Christmas to see their family. And the gifts get open. It's people like this disguising their drugs as gifts that cause innocent people to get their gifts opened by TSA.
Right. Like the TSA has to be.
So knock it off, druggies. What were the drugs?
They didn't say.
Right.
Yeah. So we're talking about the House of Representatives, and the majority is still up in the air, but Republicans are actually expressing confidence that they'll take control once all votes are counted. The GOP needs 218 seats to keep control. The Democrats say they're hopeful, but political analysts say flipping the upper chamber the lower chamber seems unlikely given current vote counts. If the GOP keeps control, it will give Republicans control of both houses of Congress and the White House.
And in a way, the Supreme Court.
And the Supreme Court.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, I know it doesn't work the same way. Those aren't elected offices, but it's stacked 6-3.
Yeah.
Right now.
And streaming service Max, it will start to crack down on password sharing in the coming months. Lisa, this one's for you. Because I did not cancel our Max subscription, by the way. I kept it.
Okay.
Or your subscription.
My subscription. Dude, you guys don't go it on Sunday, okay? You know why?
I erased my cousin's profile. It's just Lisa now.
Sunday is the first
Penguin.
season finale of The Penguin.
Yeah.
And Derek had asked me a question the other day if I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. And, dude, it's good. That's some good stuff.
Well, the CFO of Warner Brothers Discovery said in an earnings call yesterday that the plan will ramp up into 2025 and 2026. The initial rollout will start with what the company calls very soft messaging, reminding subscribers to pay a little extra for users outside their home. Me and Lisa. But then they are going to crack down.
All right.
And finally, normally you think of the upper Midwest or the Northeast getting the first real snow of the year. Not this year. New Mexico was the big winner yesterday.
Got snow, huh?
Yeah.
Taos?
Nope. Another one.
Ruidoso?
Nope. Another one.
Clowncroft.
Another one.
Rancho Mirage.
Now you're just naming it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's got to be up in the mountains, though, right? It's got to be. It's got to be like at a ski, like a place where they have skiing.
Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that's not in the mountains at all.
Las Vegas, New Mexico was
the
the big
biggest
winner.
city between Santa Fe and Trinidad, Colorado. The biggest town is Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Not only were they forecast to get over 33 inches, but there was a blizzard warning effect in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Meanwhile, Santa Fe...
Zero casinos in Las Vegas, New Mexico, by the way.
Which is strange. Meanwhile, Santa Fe received a little over 10 inches. Welcome to winter in the West. We even got supposedly some at the airport yesterday.
I once spent Christmas in Santa Fe.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, it's real Christmassy. It's real cold. There's, a lot of cool stuff to do.
A lot of older ladies
in Santa Fe.
Yeah, with like jade beads and jewelry.
Like you're saying, it's a hippie town.
Yeah,
it's more turquoise than
turquoise.
Jade, yeah.
With your news, I'm Nico.
All right, thanks, Nico. Jimmy J.J. Walker's performing at the comic strip this week. He's going to come in and join us on the show coming up here in just a few moments.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, November 8th.
It's International Punster Day, and you're ordered to make horrible jokes and puns and lighten the mood all day. Even pranks are fair game. Go nuts. Today is Cook Something Bold and Pungent Day. If Guy Fieri was a day. He's bold. Maybe pungent. Today begins the week-long NYC Kidney Walk. Grab that kidney and go out for a stroll and raise money to help those affected by kidney disease. And that's your Daily Calendar.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday,
that is Korn with Freak on a Leash, 95.5 KLAQ. We got a live call, and it's from the topic we had earlier about the weirdest house guest.
Oh, yeah.
That you had. Which caller is this?
So they want to remain anonymous.
Okay. Well, okay. I don't need a name. But
It's the
which
one
call?
that said they had a house guest, not their idea, but they kept asking, can you get your dog out of the kitchen?
Okay, so anonymously, we're going to take this call. Hello, Anonymous.
Good morning
Hi
from
there.
Anonymous.
Hello.
Maybe I'll call you Miss Terry because you're a mystery to all of us. Okay, so you had somebody who kept saying, can you call your dog? Can you call your dog? She was a guest in your home, but you didn't invite her. Who invited her?
My mother-in-law did.
Does your mother-in-law live with you?
Not at the moment, but she did at the time. She didn't make enough to live on her own, so we had invited her to live with us. And one day,
Your mother-in-law, that is.
my mother-in-law, yes, I came home from work, and my husband says, "Hey, by the way, my sister-in-law is going to come." Sorry, my sister-in-law is going to come live with us during her last trimester, and I'm like, "Why?"
Wait. So your husband's sister-in-law,
yes,
was the person who wanted you to call the dog away from the kitchen.
correct.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I said, why? Because her and I do not get along.
I could tell. No, it wasn't just about the dog. Believe me, just from your telling of the story, I could tell that you guys did not see eye to eye.
That's also one thing that would needle you and not make you like a person even more, is if they're trying to ask you to.
And it's mutual, right? She doesn't like you either.
Oh, she hates the crap out of my guts.
Not so much that she wouldn't stay at your house, I guess. Did it ever boil over?
No, it's actually gotten worse now. It's to the point where we don't really even talk to each other anymore.
She's still in the house?
And,
She's still in the house?
yeah. Oh, no. No.
Oh, God, I was going to say.
Oh, my God, that would have
that would be tough.
No, it was like 3 or 4 years ago that this happened.
And how long did she stay?
She ended up staying for, I think, 3 months because she stayed there for a month after she had the baby. And my brother-in-law ended up staying there for like a few weeks with her, too, because he was finally out of his out-of-state job.
Okay, but just to remind people who didn't hear, what you had said before was you have dogs. You guys consider dogs part of the family, and they have free reign of the house, but this guest, your sister-in-law, would complain or would tell you to call your dog. And you were not able to do it. Yeah.
No, not at all. But I got really pissed when I found out that it was my mother-in-law who had invited her. And I had told my husband, like, need I remind you that this is my house, not hers? And if she gives me any lip, she's going to leave. I don't care where she goes. That's not my problem.
Wait, so the sister-in-law is married to your husband's brother?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Finally.
Okay, get it. Yeah.
Cracked the case. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Terry, for calling in today.
You're welcome.
All
Have
right.
a good day.
Bye.
Yeah, sometimes I really like to get down to the nitty-gritty of these stories.
Terry.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, nice.
Well, here's a creepy story. Lamar Odom got a custom sex doll, one of those super expensive, like $10,000 to $20,000 ones.
I can't believe things like that are a thing, but again, darkest timeline, people.
You're aware of them, though. Did you ever see the Real Sex episode on these dolls?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see? Okay.
Did you see the Real Sex episode? Yeah, like Joanna was watching Real Sex.
Real Sex was a show that a lot of people watched.
Oh, I watched it, but I was just a horny kid.
Yeah. Lamar Odom, who used to be married to Khloe Kardashian, recently visited the Real Doll Factory in Las Vegas. And let me tell you, I've seen one of these up close at a convention.
How close? Up close?
I didn't touch it or anything. I was invited to like feel how realistic it was, and it was just too creepy, man.
You didn't feel it up? Like you couldn't feel its boobs?
No, that would be weird.
Would it?
Yeah. There's something about it. It's kind of like having a dead person. But they're very realistic.
Is that you that's pinging over there?
That's Buzz.
Didn't you have us put a sign that says, please silence your phones before you enter the studio?
Oh, rules don't apply to some people.
New phone. Yeah, I just got the phone on Sunday. And they made no secret about it. They picked out the doll and had it custom made to look like Chloe's curves and facial features. And
is it the thing that it looks like a human, putting it in the uncanny valley that makes it strange? Because at the end of the day, it is just silicone and rubber and electronics. It's pretty much no different than a punching bag.
Does it have electronics in it?
Depending on
I guess you could assume it does if you wanted to, I don't know, interact with you.
How else is its tongue supposed to move?
Let me tell you which. let me quiz you real quick on which fictional robots are the most bangable.
Most bangable. Rosie.
No, let me do it.
Okay.
Ex Machina.
That's pretty bangable.
Bangable.
But that head though.
Megan.
Ugh.
Oh, that's weird.
That one's weird.
Why, is that supposed to be a kid?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a little kid.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a little kid or a little...
Let's
what
throw that
about
one
those fembots from Austin?
Fembots? Machine gun jubblies? 100% bangable.
Yeah,
fembots.
Fembots are 100%.
Oh my God, there's a whole list of bangable robots.
All right.
So hold on. All right. The Stepford Wives.
Oh.
They weren't robots. Were they? Maybe the remake.
The version.
They were like, they acted like robots.
Okay.
Come on, keep going, Joanna.
Joy from Blade Runner 2047.
Oh.
And that's Ana de Armas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about her, but the replicant from the first
Blade Runner,
Sean Young. I think.
Sean Young, yeah.
Bangable.
Kay from Blade Runner 2047, and that's Ryan Gosling. Yeah, that's a bangable robot.
Yeah, super bangable.
I gotta watch that again. Ryan Gosling turned out to be a replicant?
Yeah, I've never seen I haven't seen that one.
I actually haven't seen Blade Runner.
I got Harrison Ford to come back for it and everything, man.
Let me hear what you think about this one. Rosie the robot.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Rosie's number one.
First of all,
dumps like a truck. Truck.
Yeah, look at all that junk in that truck.
Guys like what? Baby, move that butt.
And also, she has an accent for some reason.
Yeah.
Just finishing up, Mr. J.
Like what?
Like a
not a Brooklyn, but like
kind of a Queens accent, I would say. I put it halfway between a Queens and a Bronx accent.
So
you got any more bangable robots?
The one you said, Ava from Ex Machina.
Yeah. I mean, you can still see like the insides of parts of her, but you know.
Yeah, that's weird. But okay, so we're talking about this because Lamar Odom is getting a bangable robot.
Right. But I don't think they're robots. I don't think they're robots.
I think
or maybe they've advanced them. It was like 20 years ago that I saw one in person.
You got to look up the video of when he's opening that box.
Is there any chance? Here's them walking through. Is there any chance that Chloe is okay with this?
Good question, because we haven't heard reports from her, and it looks pretty similar to her. Although it looks.
It's not finished yet. It doesn't have hair.
Yeah.
Did you open the video?
I did.
Was it on Instagram?
It's on Instagram, yeah. It's several photos and videos.
Do they have the body parts of the dolls blurred out?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
No.
There's something blurred out here.
It's blurred out. I think the robot is they have it
all
like
of this
put in underwear.
Super
so
creepy. By the way, all the female robots on Westworld, the TV version of Westworld that came out a few years ago.
Add that to your list.
Yeah.
No, what I think I saw in the Instagram photos
See,
is
this
that
looks
she's
like a
wearing
bunch
bra
of-
and underwear.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God, yeah.
These look like dead people hanging on meat hooks at this real... Look at...
is that it?
Yeah. But let me play a little bit of the audio. And who's the chick that's with Lamar? Who is this in the background who's advising him?
One of the more popular ones.
Oh, wow.
It's the body app. Biggest. What more can you ask for?
She's bad. She's just shaped like a woman. I can see her thighs.
Ooh. Look at the foot. Look at the ankle.
And yo, it's crazy because it looks like she got blood running through her veins right here. Am I bugging or am I going crazy? Look.
No,
hyper-realism.
it's the detail that's
You see?
put in. Imagine how much you'd love shopping for her, Lamar.
Yeah, no.
Bras and panties.
This will make me probably get into women's fashion too.
Oh, it sure would.
Apparently
Wow.
that is Lisa Ann. I don't know who she really is.
Lisa Ann is one of the most famous porn stars.
Aren't you friends with Lisa Ann?
No, I couldn't call her up if I wanted to.
But you know her.
Yeah.
That's Lisa Ann.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like a super famous porn star.
I guess if you've got the money, buy yourself a sex robot or whatever.
Sure.
But to proudly proclaim and be like, this is of my ex-wife, Chloe.
Yeah,
that
that's...
seems a little weird.
I think there's a chance that Chloe doesn't mind because it's publicity.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the Kardashians. They'll
Chris
take anything.
will find a way to get money out
Could
of
all
that.
been Chris's idea.
It's a way
when you
to have
think
a
about
sex tape without actually putting your daughters in it. Look, this is what she looked like when she was with Lamar Odom.
Well, she does not
So
look
it's
like the same human being.
new Khloe
It must be new
Kardashian.
Chloe because she doesn't look anything.
Oh, and thank you to our listener in the app chat who reminded me she does not have children.
This is
with
what she
Lamar
looks like
Odom.
now.
Yeah, it's definitely the newer Chloe
That is
that he got.
That is a lot of plastic surgery.
It
but
doesn't look
also
anything
a lot
similar.
of. I think she's on Ozempic too because you can see like her ribs and stuff.
She looks like even her.
She did this whole show thing called like Revenge Body where she would help people lose weight to
Really?
get revenge on their ex.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like on her own health journey as well.
The shape of her face is different. You don't get that from a health journey. You get that from a doctor, an Armenian doctor in LA somewhere.
Joanna, Hallmark is already churning out new content
Hell yeah.
for Christmas. I mean, Thanksgiving still, but
I feel like everyone just overlooks Thanksgiving.
yeah, not Hallmark this time around.
QTV, is that entertainment?
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, it's Thanksgiving in a small town. She's the beautiful but foul-mouthed author of the beloved holiday classic, Thanksgiving You the Bird. He's a handsome small-town preacher who's so uptight he gets dressed in the dark to avoid seeing himself naked. Starring that actress you've seen on various TV shows, but you'd never know her real name. And also starring a real handsome actor you may recognize as bedpan washer number 3 on General Hospital.
I can take that, nurse.
Thanksgiving in a Small Town. Tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
Hey, it's Chuck, and tonight on Loud. When you need 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
How about a little This Week in Science?
Woo! Love science.
And then I think you had something to add to about the
to our robot
very
dolls,
realistic sex dolls that they sell. All right, in satellite news, the world's first wood satellite.
Is this a Japanese one?
I mean, it sounds like something they'd come up with in Mexico. Cabinets made in Mexico. The world's first wood satellite arrived at the space station on Tuesday. They will drop it into orbit to see how it holds up in the vacuum of space. If it works, we might use wood for all satellites someday.
Japan did launch. I knew this was the one I was thinking of. It's not huge. The satellite is only. This is how big the satellite is.
So like a Jack in the Box or a very small toaster.
Yes.
So it could just implode or explode? Or
they're doing it to test, to see
why do they want to use wood when we have metal?
That it could potentially be lighter, so it'd be easier to transport and take up there.
Why is it so small?
Because it's a test.
Can you imagine in the original Star Trek if every shot of the Enterprise was just made out of popsicle sticks?
I think it wasn't too far away from popsicle sticks.
Sometimes you can see the string.
Yeah.
When they're orbiting the planet or whatever.
Yeah, also more environmentally friendly. So like space garbage or space junk is a big problem because if it travels.
Okay, but for it to be a satellite, it's going to have some components
that are metallic. Right.
That are metallic inside it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It burns up on entry when it re-enters and doesn't damage the ozone layer. It seems a little nitpicky, you know. We got thousands of chunks of metal, tens of thousands, shooting around up there.
Right.
Like, I don't think anybody has an accurate count of how many.
No, there is. There's actually like an organization that I think that NASA
that knows how many people.
They track space garbage. They track things.
And some of the garbage used to be in one piece, and then it broke apart, meaning, you know, one satellite suddenly became 12 satellites.
People don't think about it, but like if something is in orbit, it's spinning relative to the Earth, but it could be spinning hundreds of miles per hour, you know? So that little screw could be going hundreds of miles an hour, and if it hits a spacecraft or a space station, that's deadly.
Yeah, I saw Gravity with Sandra Bullock.
I kind of was just describing the plot of Gravity.
That's kind of the plot of Gravity. You ever seen that one, Joanna?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, real damn good. Pluto news.
It's not a planet.
It's still not a planet, but researchers think they have found the best evidence yet that there is another Planet 9 out there somewhere beyond Pluto. They believe that it's 3 times larger than Earth, and it's hiding out in the Kuiper Belt.
Ooh.
Beyond Neptune.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Well, so would it be between Neptune and Pluto? I mean, that's a large object not to have been confirmed yet.
Depends if there's like stellar clouds or gases that are hiding it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. In bathroom news, London might start using heat from its sewers to power heating systems in its buildings. Some cities in the UK already have similar systems. They don't use the actual air, just the energy from the heat, so I guess it doesn't smell.
I guess when you put a lot of crap together, it gets real hot.
What did you want to add about the Lamar Odom real doll story?
Oh my God, these things are getting so advanced. These sex dolls are getting so advanced that they have AI ones that are robotic AI sex doll systems with heads that blink, make facial expressions, and mouths that open and talk.
No, thank you. That sounds like a chopping off scenario to me. What if you're enjoying your robotic sex doll and it tries to smile and clenches down a little too hard?
Oh my God.
You would be hoisted by your own petard. You like that, huh?
You're so dumb.
Someone in the app chat says that Lisa Ann was in the award-winning movie
Nailin' Palin. Yeah,
I did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, she was. She played Sarah Palin in a movie that they put out within like a month of Sarah Palin being selected to run with John McCain.
It doesn't take long to go through the scripts. Or write the script, I would say. Joanna, I was also reading that you can customize the part, so they have like catalog of different vaginas and different.
And so you could be like, I want that one.
Yeah, you could be like, do you have like Nina Hartley? That's an older model for sure. Do you have the Debbie Does Dallas version?
Wow, who knew Darkest Timeline?
Also, who would want a catalog? You're just like,
It's like, please look through this catalog of vaginas.
They're so different, yet all the same.
They've got character.
Yeah, I guess so.
Each one has character.
Did you know that the month of November is cider month?
Cider?
Yeah, it's cider season.
What kind of cider?
Like apple cider?
Pear cider? Yeah. Orange cider?
I don't know. There's all
pineapple cider?
Can you make a cider out of any fruit?
I know. I was just wondering that.
That's a good question.
There's specifically one place that has really good, it's kind of out away from the city, but they've got really good cider.
It's fall at Dixon Farms, a perfect time of the year to enjoy all the goodness we have to offer, like our famous Dixon cider and Dixon nuts. When it comes to our products, it seems like men, and especially women, love Dixon cider and Dixon nuts. They perfectly complement each other. In fact, my wife loves Dixon cider. Then afterwards, she always loves a handful of Dixon nuts. Isn't that right, honey?
It's true. This time of year, I just can't seem to get enough inside me.
She loves Dixon cider.
And I love Dixon nuts, too.
Guys, it's the perfect fall gift for your gal. Dixon cider and Dixon nuts. And don't forget to heat it up. Try warm Dixon cider, too. Either way, she'll love it. Dixon cider.
And Dixon nuts.
From your friends at Dixon Farms.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Queen of the Stone Age, guys. We're on Queens of the Stone Age. I'm sorry, I turned my microphone on and there was a whole separate conversation happening.
We were talking about Pat Summerall and Susie Wiles.
Oh, yeah.
Steve said that he'd interviewed Pat Summerall a bunch.
On a couple of occasions, actually, after he stepped down as broadcaster.
Right, he retired and then,
he was living in Dallas, and he was a terrific interview.
Yeah,
terrific.
I actually did watch football games a lot when Madden and Pat Summerall were together. Like, that was the best duo.
Mm-hmm. It was. They were great.
For people just who don't know, what's the tie-in with broadcast legend Pat Summerall today?
So Donald Trump, or President-elect Donald Trump, has named his new chief of staff to the White House, and it is Susie Wiles. She was also the campaign chair, and that's Pat Summerall's daughter.
By the way, Pat Summerall had like zero political anything. Like, whenever you looked at Pat Summerall, he was strictly broadcasting. That was all he ever did.
You didn't know what he was for.
No, he just, that's true. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Pat Summerall also help on the Masters in addition to his work in the NFL? I'm almost positive Summerall was as part of the Masters.
I can remember him broadcasting from Olympics, it seems like.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
I feel like that's the case, too.
You ready for Go Sports?
Wait, did you ever interview John Madden?
And it's interesting because John Madden was famous for coming through on I-10 and stopping
Van Horn.
Was it Van Horn where the restaurant that he loves is?
It's Van Horn. Absolutely. It was.
You've never interviewed Madden?
I don't think so. That's a good one. I was going to say, of all the people, like the big names, that might be the one guy that I never had the chance to talk to. Because I've talked to everybody else over the years. Joe Buck, Jack Buck. Talked to both of them.
Wow.
Talked to Joe Garagiola. Talked to
Tim McCarver.
I did talk to Tim McCarver. Talked to...
What's the guy that sounds like, and today's another day for the game.
No, Howard Cosell, I think, was dead
Last
by the
week
time I got into radio.
on Monday Night Football.
Actually-
you saw it right there. Jim's on.
You know what? I'm wondering now, when did Cosell pass away?
I got to say it's like mid-90s.
Yeah, I would think that's
probably
the case,
mid-90s.
too. But no, I always wanted Cosell. He died in 95. That was the year I got into the business here. So April of 95, and then I graduated college a month later. So
Sports go sports. Athletics are number one. Participants are heroes. Go team, yeah.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show presents Go Sports Go. Brought to you by the Viva Auto Group. Viva makes it happen.
You know, I think we're kind of, to some people around here, the Cowboys season is over because they didn't even bother writing up a liner for the Sunday game against the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
That game starts at like 2:25.
Yeah, well, you tell me because I don't have anything on it. But
I believe our coverage starts at 1:30 on the Q with the pregame show. Game kicks off at 2:25. And now we're hearing that Dak Prescott could be out for the rest of the year.
Oh, definitely out this week, though.
Please. He might miss the season. So,
IR?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think he's going on the IR for 4 weeks, probably it could be longer, depending on...
Wait, hold on. We got a call.
Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Woo! This Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys play the Philadelphia Turkeys. You're going to eat them up like a Thanksgiving dinner. Woo! Yeah, come on, Buzz. Give me a woo! Woo! Joanna, give me a woo!
Woo!
Nico. Trump 2024. Woo! Yeah, right. This time, at the helm, it's Cooper. Na-na-na-na. Though his mind is not for rent. Na-na-na-na.
Then he got a government.
Rush! Yeah! Woo! Come on, he's going to lead us, man. Let's go! And also this Sunday, the UTEP Miners. Come on, give us a second win, man. Let's go, UTEP Mineros! Woo!
Dallas Cowboys.
Did he say the Miners play on Sunday?
No, they play Saturday.
They play
tomorrow.
Saturday, and that's what I thought.
That is their home finale tomorrow. By the way,
Cowboys football.
let me let our listeners know that tomorrow's UTEP game will be here on the Q. It's going to be starting at 1 o'clock with the countdown to kickoff show. Game kicks off at 2. John Teicher, Cole Freitag, Mondo the Monster Medina on the sidelines. We'll have it for you here.
You know how exciting it is at this point of football season when two teams that only have one loss are going to face each other in like week
super
9?
exciting.
This is the opposite of that.
That's right. Somebody is going to win their second game of the season after tomorrow afternoon. So around 5 o'clock, hopefully it's UTEP.
UTEP is 1-8. Kennesaw State is 1-7.
You know what, though? Okay, Buzz, as easy as it is to slam on them, you know, if it takes a lot of guts to go out onto the field after that the season that they had and still play on, you know? A lot of people would just want to quit. But
that's true.
They're not. They're going to play, and they're going to play hard.
You gotta still try. I like the idea. I like what you were saying there. That was good. So listen, I'm hoping for the best. Hoping that UTEP can win their second game of the season. They're favored. They're 3.5-point favorites.
Nice.
They were favored last week. That didn't go well. The good news is we're hearing that Skylar Locklear, their quarterback, could be coming back from concussion protocol in time to play tomorrow.
What's going to happen to Mr. Pickles?
J.P. Pickles will now go back into the secondary role. He'll be the backup quarterback.
Back in the jar.
He will go, that's what I was trying to say. He's going to go back in the jar, and he will be their backup quarterback.
That's the deal, huh?
Shut up.
Hi, how's it going, guys? I just wanted to ask a question. Can you do a comparison on the highest paid starting quarterback, which is Dak, to the lowest paid starting quarterback in the league? And which one do you think is better? All right, thanks.
Who's the lowest
He
paid?
means Brock Purdy.
Why did he say Malik?
No, he said the least.
Oh, the least. Brock Purdy.
That's Brock
Is
Purdy.
Brock Purdy this year the lowest paid NFL quarterback?
Oh yeah, he was Mr. Irrelevant. When you're drafted in the 7th round as the last pick of the draft.
Yeah,
and
but
you're
what a
still on your-
season.
he's still on your rookie contract.
But what a season.
Oh yeah, what a start to his career.
Okay. The highest contract for Dak, $60 million.
Yep.
Do you know what Purdy's playing? Getting paid?
Gosh, I'll give you the exact total here in a second.
I got it. Purdy's contract is about $900,000 a year.
Dax is way more. All right. So can you answer Padilla's question? Who's better?
Purdy signed a 4-year rookie contract worth just under $3.7 million.
Minus the injury because Dak's out,
By the way, his signing bonus was only $77,000. Can you imagine?
Brock Purdy?
Yeah, that's it.
From when?
From his rookie season. He had a $77,000 signing bonus, $77,000 guaranteed, and he was making that average salary like
$77,000. That's like a new Cadillac.
No. Cadillacs are more expensive. What are you talking
I'm
about?
just saying it's not. I was trying to say it's not a lot of money.
So Purdy is eligible to negotiate a new contract in 2025, and reports say it could be worth at least $60 million per season.
Oh, yeah, he'll be fine. He's going to make. I don't know if he's going to make 60.
Who's
but
better?
He'll break the bank.
Purdy or Dak?
I'll take Purdy.
If you had to pick a quarterback for your team next season,
Purdy,
you go with Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah,
the
not
lowest
even
paid
question.
quarterback in the league.
Not even a question. In fact, I go with Jaden Daniels, the rookie from the rookie quarterback for the Commanders. I go with him over Dak. Listen, this is going to be a contract that is going to put the Cowboys in salary cap hell.
It's kind of like
4 years.
It's kind of like a reverse Herschel Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Cowboys traded Herschel Walker and got so much money they could rebuild from that terrible season, that one-win season.
They built their dynasty off that trade.
Yeah, off the trade of Herschel Walker.
That's right.
Herschel Walker's, let's face it, his best running days were behind him when they made that deal. Why did they make such good decisions back then, and why do they make poor decisions now?
It's the $1 million question. Look, could you imagine? Let me just give this to Cowboys fans to make them sick heading into the weekend. Could you imagine if Jerry Jones tells Dak Prescott, you know what? We'll take care of you after the season, play out your contract, and we'll go from there. And then this is the result. They're 3-5. Dak is hurt. Could miss the season. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. Think about the leverage the Cowboys would have going into the offseason, knowing they could pay him a discount. He'd probably take it coming off the hamstring injury. And if not, he goes someplace else. They go get themselves a young quarterback like these guys in the draft and go take one of the best ones this year. I mean, the Cowboys had such a good opportunity. And what does Jerry do? What Jerry always does. Overspends, puts his team in a bad spot, and now the Cowboys have arguably one of the worst contracts in the league.
All right, now there is a silver lining, and that is that Jerry Jones is almost 90 years old now.
Yes, that is true. That is true. But the question is this. When Jerry dies...
Steven's going to take over, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
Now, will Steven be as hands-on as Jerry? Or will Steven Jones do what a lot of other owners do, and that is hire football people to make football decisions and watch the game from the owner's box?
I don't know. Have you ever interviewed Steven Jones?
No, because Jerry won't allow his son to be interviewed for most radio shows. Okay. So no, that's the only person that gets interviewed is Jerry, and he decides where he's going to go. And if you don't ask him the right questions, he'll hire somebody to do that.
At this point, though, Dak is an investment for them, right?
Yes.
So they're going to try and protect the investment as long as they can?
This is a lot more about Jerry's ego than anything else, I think.
Well, you don't pay somebody $60 million a year without thinking.
To get the crap beat out of him.
Yeah.
No, he'll be making starting next year $60 million a year. He's 4 years,
$60 million a year.
4 years, $240 million, 231 of that is guaranteed.
It's even more than I thought it was.
Oh, it's a terrible contract.
$60 million a year, and Brock Purdy's making under $1 million?
Yes.
That's insane, right?
That's insane.
Hey, Steve, I'd actually go Shane Falco over Dak, or even, I think his name was Paul Cruz, the longest yard. I go for him over Dak.
Who did he say
Well,
first?
Falco was that movie with Keanu Reeves. When
I thought he was trying to say Joe Flacco.
The Replacements?
I think that was him. I think it was from The Replacements. I think. Or what was the movie with? Okay, so there were two movies around the same time.
There was
one was the
Point
guy.
Break.
No, not
but his name was Johnny Utah in that.
I think in The Replacements, his last name was Falco. That was the 2000 movie.
Yeah, I think so.
And that was, Shane Falco was Keanu Reeves' character. But what was the movie when the guy from Quantum Leap became the quarterback?
Scott Bakula?
Yes.
Unnecessary Roughness.
There you
go. Excuse me.
Necessary Roughness.
Necessary Roughness. That's right. And Scott Bakula played Paul Blake in that movie. Remember, that's when Kathy Ireland was the kicker. And that was, do you know that movie came out in 1991?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, yes.
Sinbad.
He was in that. That's right.
Sinbad was in it. He was one of the football players.
Yeah, that's right. Kathy Ireland was their kicker.
Oh, one of the best actors of our generation.
Kathy Ireland?
Sinbad.
Oh, yeah.
Sinbad was phenomenal. By the way, Sinbad looked like he should be, typecast to play football roles as an offensive lineman. That would have been a perfect role for him, and it was. The caller's right, though. I mean, Dak, look, and this is what's going to drive Cowboys fans crazy. Before the season started, every single Cowboys fan that would call the show all said the same thing. Wait, don't. He wasn't even holding out. There was no rush. Why pay him? He even said before the season started.
There is a rush. His name is Cooper, and he's the backup.
Oh, he's the starter now.
Yeah, he's the starter.
He is your starting quarterback, Cooper Rush, who's also in the last year of his deal. Same with Trey Lance.
So I asked ChatGPT what the Cowboys should do to fix their season.
What did ChatGPT have to say?
Actually, something interesting. It said optimize the quarterback position, leverage backup quarterbacks, or evaluate external options like getting a veteran quarterback from a free agency.
What does optimize the quarterback position?
I don't know. It says
ChatGPT sounds a little full of S to me.
I don't know. I have no idea what that means. I'm just telling you what it says.
Hey, look.
Reinforce the offensive line, bolster the running game, strengthen the defense.
So ChatGPT's answer was get better.
Yeah, maintain team morale and focus.
And here's the other problem with the deal with Dak. Okay. It's an untradeable contract. Like, nobody is going to trade for a guy who's making $60 million a year and will put them in a terrible cap situation. So that's the other problem with this. It's not even like it's a friendly contract. It's a terrible contract, and
it's like an albatross.
It's a huge albatross. That's right.
Having Micah Parsons back, though, would help.
They got to pay him. Yeah. He's up for a contract after
Has he
the
been
season.
out this season? Because it seems like it's been. It seems like it's been a year since I heard Micah Parsons' name called during a game.
He's coming back this weekend against the Eagles.
Good.
Hey, look, for all we know, Cooper Rush beats the Eagles this weekend. That could happen.
Yeah. Dak Prescott needs to pay him $1 million if Cooper Rush steps in and beats the Eagles.
Pay a lot more than $1 million, but yeah. That's the other thing, too, is, you know what? Cooper Rush, when he took over for Dak last season or 2 seasons ago, 5-1 was his record while Dak was hurt. So, you know what?
That was the most successful part of the year, probably.
It was they were a different team. And the reason they were a different team back then was they were a running team, and they used Cooper Rush to complement that run. He didn't have to put the ball in the air 50 times like Dak would do. Instead, he would put it maybe 20, 25 times, and they had a really nice, balanced offense. The problem is the Cowboys haven't been able to run the ball this year. So if they can't run against the Eagles, that's going to force Cooper Rush to have to put the ball in the air more. So we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Cappy, there are some people who are saying that the game show Jeopardy yesterday did Travis Kelce dirty.
I haven't heard.
You haven't heard? I'm going to play it for you. You tell me if this is a little disrespectful to an elite athlete, all right?
Yes.
The TV show in question, 200. Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity is hosted by this man, who's maybe more famous as a boyfriend than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Derek.
Was Travis Kelce?
Correct.
Hey, wait, you would disagree with that? He's absolutely more famous because of his relationship.
They didn't have to phrase it that way.
Well, you know what? How else are you going to try to give it away? So that would, I mean, seriously, if you think about this, you have to bring her up in some capacity, and you have to mention the fact that he's won rings. How else would you have done it in a different context?
Yeah, no, that's probably the most entertaining way to.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so too. And by the way, they're still together, right? The election ended on Tuesday, and there has not been any.
Was there a conspiracy that they were going to break up after the election was over?
Yes, this was specifically done just to try to get a particular candidate in the office.
Here's a wild thought for you. Do you remember the QAnon nuts, like
the shaman,
like in 2020 when Trump lost?
Yeah.
And there were conspiracy theories about John F. Kennedy Jr. coming back from the dead.
And that a bunch of people went to Dallas to see him emerge.
Do you remember how insane that was?
Yes.
You realize they just got the wrong Kennedy. Instead of it being John Jr., it was Robert Jr.
Kennedy is the one coming back. Q predicted this.
I mean, that's kind of amazing, isn't it?
I mean, when you get a bunch of kooky people together.
Just say kooky stuff so often, and something's going to stick to the wall.
Whatever,
eventually.
Trump 2024.
All right, thanks, Steve. We'll
All right,
see you
guys,
next
have
week.
a good weekend.
Right. Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
What's their number?
That's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
I want you to hear what this fool is saying.
And now, the big mouth of the border.
This is a whole other level.
Whole other level of insane.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
I'm spending a little crew this morning because our contest to send a winner to Motley Crue and their residency in Las Vegas is continuing today and next week. Contest actually runs through November the 24th, but here's the giveaway for an April 4th concert at Park MGM. You get tickets to the Motley Crue show, airfare for 2, hotel. You also get the 35th anniversary Dr. Feelgood box set. And we throw in $500 spending cash. That could all be yours. It's a code word contest that runs Monday through Friday, so today counts. Listen for code words 4 times a day, and the times are approximately 10 a.m., approximately 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8 p.m. Every time you hear one of those code words, open the KLAQ mobile app, if that's handy for you, or go online to KLAQ.com. Enter as many codes as you can to increase your chances of winning a pretty damn good trip to Vegas to see Motley Crue at the Park MGM on April 4th. Courtesy of Live Nation and Big Machine Label Group. And speaking of Crue, that's going to be the 6-pack coming up later today. It is Friday. That means at 5 o'clock we play 6 in a row. And our weekend starter 6-pack features 6 in a row from Motley Crue. The weekend starter 6-pack is brought to you by Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino. Play the hottest slots and electronic table games at the place where there's always more fun in the sun. Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino. So you had an Am I the A-hole today, but occasionally we have Am I the A-hole follow-ups when it's our listeners who send them in. Mm-hmm. Not all of them are from our listeners. Hold on. I hate to do this, but I'm just going to have to mute Motley Crue for just a second. Do you remember the guy who figured out his girlfriend had been cheating on him because they had not had, tell me when this rings a bell, they had not had sex in their relationship, but he asked for a ride. She asked for a ride to get Plan B.
Well,
meaning she got pregnant.
No, I think so. She asked for a ride
and he
to somewhere.
left her.
She asked for a ride to Juarez for somewhere, and then she went in to a drugstore or did something, and he looked in the bag and saw that it was Plan B.
And he not only dumped her, he left her in Mexico.
Right.
I think we said that's kind of update.
That's kind of immature. I think that's what we kind of like.
I said, you put somebody potentially put their life at risk. Right. I mean, break up with them, but if you took somebody someplace, it's your responsibility to get them back safe.
Yeah,
even if they're a cheating, low down Jezebel.
What's up, guys? It's B-Man with I have a follow up to the Am I the A-hole? A while back, I sent one about how I had left my cheating girlfriend over there in J-Town because I found out that she was buying Plan B. She told me she was feeling sick and went over there, found out she was cheating. So I have a follow-up to that. And I want to know if you guys think I'm the a-hole or if Karma put on her best dress and took me out. So I was out with some friends. We went to an Italian restaurant. You know, I'm not a good-looking guy, but that day I was sharp like an icicle.
Sharp like an icicle?
Okay.
Right, so I was minding my own business. I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around, and it's her. After a while, right? Who would have thought? So we chopped it up a little bit, talked about this and that. And then...
It didn't start with, why did you leave me in Juarez all alone?
She wanted to go back to my place. I said, okay.
Joanna's getting juicy, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You know, when we're there, we're family, right? According to the commercial. So we went back, you know, we did the deed. During the time, her phone kept vibrating over and over again. I asked her, you going to answer it? She said, no. Okay. So then after the deed, you know, she was taking a shower, the phone rang, and I read the name on it. It said George. And I said,
It said what?
Guy that she cheated on me with?
It said George.
Oh, a guy's name.
Wait, go back. Look,
did
go
he
back.
say, is she cheating on
You
me?
just
You
met
just hooked
that
up.
night.
You just hooked up with her. She's cheating with you.
Wait, go
I
back.
said George. I said,
No, go back.
Yeah,
Go back.
go back before he says it's George.
Okay.
So then after the deed, you know, she was taking a shower, the phone rang, and I read the name on it. It said George. And I said, It'd be the same guy that she cheated on me with? I knew this was a while back. I didn't know they were together. So then I answered it. I went ahead and answered it. And he was upset. He was like, who's this? And I said, it's D-Man. But Abe, right? They call me D-Man.
It's D-Man.
Okay.
And he's like, where is she? And I said, well, we were just having sex while she was in the shower.
Oh my God.
Oh, we might have
Honest.
we might have to render a harsh judgment here.
This is getting juicy.
I kind of respect this dude.
Yeah, B-Man's like, what's up, George? Just had sex with her.
Just had sex with her. She's taking a shower, you know, to wash me off.
You could have not answered the phone. You could have
just like
Okay, I think
lied.
he said that he knew that guy was the one she was cheating on him with.
Or at least he
Wait,
suspected
he said that's the guy that she cheated on him with.
Hold on. Oh, man.
Juicy.
It is.
I said, well, we were just having sex while she was in the shower. But I'll recall you when we're done. Hung up the phone and turned it off. So, you know, she gets out, you know, says goodbye. She drives away. She calls me within, I don't know, like 15 minutes. Says, oh my God, I think we did something really bad. I said, oh, it was just sex to me. And hung up. So apparently,
okay,
Oh my God,
they were still together, and she was engaged.
Oh. You guys are making this harder and harder to get through the entire thing, but
I
it's,
know, I'm
we're
sorry.
doing. You know what we sound like?
Real
We sound
life
like three
reaction.
members of the Amari audience.
This is like a more like call.
Oh,
It is.
So apparently, they were still together, and she was engaged,
right.
and apparently they're not going to have the wedding. I didn't know this, you know. Now, am I the a-hole, or was that just karma? Later.
Damn, this chick just be making terrible decisions, one right after the other.
Yeah, but also when you are doing that, isn't there like an implied like secrecy thing between
if
you two?
you are, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like if
I
you
would
hook up
feel
with an
really
ex or
terrible.
No.
Like if I had just hooked up with a guy and then he answered my phone to tell another guy, "Oh, we just hooked up."
I would be pissed at the guy who picked up the phone.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Why
So
are you
it-
answering my phone,
Yeah.
dude?"
so is
And he's all like, well,
what name
who's
does he go
George?
by? D-Man.
B-Man.
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 Is B-Man the a-hole? I'm afraid so.
I think so, bro. You didn't have to
First
do
of
that.
all,
I know you guys hate when I do this, but
you can't say it. No,
everybody sucks
Joanna.
here.
You know the rules.
What a lame way out, Joanna.
It's not a lame way. They all suck.
Oh, man. I picked up the phone.
She sucks.
We just
He
had
sucks.
sex. She's in the shower now.
If anything, dude, you could have kept having sex with her multiple times, probably.
Right.
If you didn't ruin it.
And can we just mention, she was obviously very forgiving that you just left her in Juarez.
Oh, no, that's not the same girl, I don't think.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
yeah,
same
he
girl.
is. He said
It's
it
the
was
one
the same
that
girl.
He left in Juarez.
Juarez.
And he says he went out to an Italian restaurant and he feels a tap on the shoulder. It's her.
And it was her. They
Oh, I
talked it
missed
up a
that
bit.
part. Oh, no.
that's an important
That's
part.
so important. Dude, if that's the same chick, well, you were kind of a dick to her
You
twice.
stranded her in a foreign country and then you
throw
busted
her
up her
under the
marriage.
bus after you just had sex with her?
Although the karma is kind of
That is kind of funny,
funny.
actually.
I don't know. This is hilarious. You should have known better than getting back with that ex-lady. Like, that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, this chick is just making terrible decisions. If she was supposedly engaged to this George guy.
But if you're making a bad decision with this chick, you're a willing
You're
party.
a willing
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
You should keep your mouth shut.
You can't act. It's a small time.
My
move, dude.
favorite
It's
is-
just a real small move.
I have this friend, and she's like a side chick. Like
But for somebody else?
For lots of people, I assume.
For you?
For lots of different people. No. But then she
Can you write the name down?
her favorite quote is just like, side chicks need to know how to act like side chicks.
I mean, yeah, learn your place.
Like, you got to know what you're doing.
You know, I'm making assumptions about who this is based on who
Being
you
side
hang
chicks
out
is
with
not-
a lot.
is not for the weak.
Don't think. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I don't think you know her.
Okay.
Once again,
Joanna.
Nico,
Turns out.
I told you that in college.
I'm going to say solidly, and I hate to do it to you 2 times in a row.
A-hole, buddy. Sorry.
B-man, you're the a-hole there.
Joanna doesn't get a vote anymore since she's.
Because everybody sucks here.
Yeah, but who sucks more?
He does. Yeah.
Girl pro.
The girl, yeah.
Wow. I mean, she sucks for cheating.
For both times.
Actually,
yeah,
she cheated on him the first time. That's why he left her in Juarez. She cheated again now.
With this other guy.
Okay, but
so she's not
you gotta
learning.
Remember the
And
beauty
it's
of the
like
thing. They weren't in a sex. They weren't having sex because she said she wanted to wait till marriage.
Right.
And then she got a ride to go get Plan B in Juarez.
Yeah, so she sucks.
She's not a. You guys might deserve each other.
You guys
I
are-
hate to
yeah,
tell you that.
I
You
think-
might be made for each other.
Actually, yeah, read the room, and maybe this was a sign that you guys should just be together. Now she's not with that George guy anymore. And hey, good for you, B-Man. You finally got to hook up with her.
I guess so. So that's a follow up on an
that was
MIDA
so
hole.
juicy.
Yeah. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed that. but definitely a hole wins the day. Right?
Yeah.
Not all precincts are in, but we can safely project that you are the a hole.
He's in the app chat.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got time for one more break.
Yes.
On the Buzz Adams Morning Show before we take off for the weekend, everybody.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases. Champion of all things rock
is back with another night of epic boxing. For tickets, visit intothemountaingods.com or Ticketmaster.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, the weekend is almost here. Anybody got plans? Any plans this weekend, Nico?
Yeah, thinking about meeting some exes, seeing what happens. I don't know.
Go to an Italian restaurant.
Go to an Italian restaurant
See
with
if
your
their-
family.
See if their phone rings while they're at your house.
Yeah.
See if George calls.
Poor George. What if poor George is listening?
Oh, I know. We didn't even think about that. George, call us up.
Let me hear your side of the story,
Yeah.
bruh. Joanna, any plans this weekend?
I don't know yet. It's too early to tell.
He told you he was going to ask you this.
I know, but I didn't have time to think of something.
So I am going to be opening for Jimmy Walker tomorrow. If anybody wants to come out to the comic strip.
Jimmy was a no-show, but it might not have been his fault, right?
Right. It might have been.
For today.
For today, yeah. And then tonight, we got the open mic. Scenics Bar and Kitchen, 9 o'clock, 4130 North Mesa. Come on down.
Sweet.
But tomorrow, you're going to be emceeing both shows. Right?
Really, what I'm trying to do tonight, Joanna, is get Buzz out of the house. I've been trying to get him.
He doesn't like to get out of the house.
No, it's different. Like, I know he doesn't, but like, he really has not gone out any
Buzz,
time.
honey, this month I want you to go out at least once. I think you need to socialize at least
just a little bit.
Once.
To where?
Isolation's bad for you.
Isolation can't be good for you. Look at me, my party girl era is back.
Hey! Are you going out with the gays?
Yeah, probably.
All right, I got a couple of things that we could talk about here. Australia is the latest country that is considering a ban on social media for kids.
Finally.
In this case, for kids under 16. It was announced yesterday by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. And he was very Australian about it, too.
This one's for the mums and dads.
Like my friend Crocodile Dundee used to say to me.
This one's for the mums and dads. Social media is doing harm to our kids, and I'm calling time on it. The onus will be on social media platforms to demonstrate they are taking reasonable steps to prevent access. The onus won't be on parents or young people.
I don't know if it should be banned, but I think there should be more restrictions.
I don't think all social media is bad. I just think it should be very heavily limited.
It's just like really easy to bully people on social media.
Those all sounded like American kids, though. Didn't they?
A little.
It would go into effect 12 months after the law passes, so next year at around this time. Parents would not be able to opt out. Okay, here's what I think. They say that the social media sites like Instagram and TikTok and X and et cetera, the onus would be on them to take reasonable steps to prevent kids from getting on their website.
Mm-hmm.
There are no steps you could take that's going to prevent a determined kid from getting on the internet. Unless you do a North Korea style blackout or something.
No, but it is a step, you know.
Yeah, but do you know how easy it is for a kid to get around? You know, especially if it's like verify your age. Yeah, I'm older than 20. I'm older than 16.
I don't think that's what they're thinking necessarily. So
others think 16 is too high. They think it should be 12 or 13 and under.
No, 16 is perfect.
The U.S. already requires a parent's consent before companies can access data for kids under 13. So most of the big social media platforms already have that as their age limit. Let me tell you, there are 7 and 8 year olds getting on the internet like it is no problem in every country.
Don't talk about it as if it's an inevitable problem that nobody's going to fix or solve. No, it's not. Parental restrictions on things definitely work. Okay, so you can't just say that.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Okay, well, you're talking in such generalized terms. I mean, God. Just because you never did that.
Buzz, you can barely know how to work your own TV to find a movie. You think parental controls don't work?
So the story goes on to say kids get around the age limit by lying about their age when they open an account.
Sure. Now they do. But that's not what they're talking about. Right. They're talking about a law that will prevent them from even signing up to begin with, from even lying about it. This is what I was going to say. I think in about 15 years, maybe 20 years, they're going to look back at the past era or 15 years, and they're going to say cell phones, and specifically social media, was probably the most detrimental mental health crisis that we generated.
Say that again, because I might agree with you.
No, I
just want to hear. I want to hear the thought process.
In 20 years, they're gonna finally have studies.
We should never just let the internet be the wild west for kids, especially.
Right. I think they're gonna say that
they're gonna be saying like, "Oh, I wish we had put some restrictions."
Unrestricted social media will be considered the greatest cause of mental health disease.
But you are aware also that there have been a lot of panics over the years where rock and roll is the worst. It's going to kill kids.
No, it's
every generation has its thing.
This differently.
Yeah, well, you just follow and listen. Let me talk. I'm not talking about the content. I'm not talking about how rock and roll and scary movies or horror movies or action movies. That's all about the content. I'm specifically talking about the mental health effect of hitting your dopamine receptors and staying on reels and looking up different things. It's going to mess up your reward system, the way that your brain just works and processes things. I'm not saying that it's the content that's going to be affecting the kids. I'm saying that the actual reels, the way that you look through them, and you don't know what I'm talking about because you don't do any of this stuff.
I really don't. I don't know what a reel is.
I don't.
We got a caller has a question for you about something you're watching. It's Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Hey.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good, Ethan.
Hey, what's up, Ethan?
Hey, Nico, I remember hearing you guys on the KLAQ yesterday. You listen to you guys on Spotify every time you guys release an episode. But you mentioned something about an anime you watched called Bastard, right?
Yes.
You know what, man? Have you guys seen? Have you seen Overlord?
Yeah, I like Overlord.
Did you know that the new movie comes out today?
No, I didn't. That's cool.
Yeah, man, I would recommend watching it. It's going to be good.
What is Overlord?
It's about a guy playing a video game, and then when he's in the video game, he kind of gets transported to another world.
Oh, so Ready Player One.
Kind of, if the Ready Player One character was permanently in that character.
Oh, they can't get out?
No, he can't get out.
I feel that's me in reality.
That somebody's playing me?
Yeah. That I'm
I guess I just like it in the sense that it's a little bit different, that it's not your typical Into Another World anime where they're always trying to defeat the Demon King or something. It's kind of different where, he's actually just trying to...
Well, what Nico really likes, and I encourage this about the anime called Bastard, is because all of the spells are based on heavy metal.
Heavy metal bands.
How will you withstand the onslaught of my Black Sabbath?
Yeah. I even after the show yesterday, I kept showing Joanna and Buzz different clips of Jim. Who are the Def Leppard members? Like
Rick Allen.
And they mention them and go Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. And
Halloween.
Because of this anime, Nico now knows there's a band called
Halloween.
Well, Halloween, but also suicidal tendencies.
Yeah.
Have you?
All right, well, yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.
I appreciate the call.
Yeah, I am learning a lot about rock music.
And this is the way you're doing it.
And this is the way I'm doing it.
You know, for all I know, Joanna.
What's up?
Joanna's a pretty big metal fan.
She's
she
a
loves
metalhead,
Ghost. Yeah. She loves. Who have you gone to see?
I just saw
Belushi Speedball.
I just saw Mastodon for the first time.
You saw Mastodon, but you're into that. Are you pretending at all?
Who, me?
Because you work at a rock station?
No.
I mean, do you actually prefer like Maroon 5 and stuff? Or?
I mean, I like some Maroon 5.
Okay.
I like a lot of different things, though.
Okay. It would be interesting if somebody worked at a station and they didn't particularly like
the format,
the music format, but they were so good at it that they convince you. You don't even want to lift a pinky. You don't want to lift a finger to pretend to be into the music.
Oh, right. But I'm not pretending.
Everyone knew Nico didn't know anything about rock music.
Yo, you want me to pretend?
Yes!
Because he's done that before and he gets everything wrong. And it just pisses off our listeners even more.
When they put me on the end
it probably should have been an interview question about like rock music.
Do you know anything about rock?
Thankfully, I didn't come in that way.
What's your favorite song, Nico?
That
you always tell me? Freak a Leak.
Oh, I like, Freak a Leak by P.D. Pablo. That's my intro music. That and DMX. Okay. X gonna give it to you.
All right.
I have stage walk-up music.
Do you know, when they put me on a rock station, and this was like the #1 rock station in Tulsa.
Yeah.
They put me on overnights, and I didn't know.
I was about to say, you
I was
didn't
so
know
young
any of this stuff.
Right. I didn't know AC/DC.
So you're
from
kind of a
Aerosmith.
poser.
I absorbed it. I picked it up. It was my job. I had to do it. I mean,
you absorbed it.
Joanna legitimately likes rock music.
Yeah, I legitimately like rock music, but it might not necessarily be what I'm listening to all the time in my car, for instance.
By the way, when is Gordon Lightfoot's birthday? So that we can do that thing.
Gordon Lightfoot dead, so
I know,
first of all, thanks for reopening that wound.
Is Gordon Lightfoot a person or
a person?
Okay.
A deceased person.
It's not like Leonard Skinner.
We haven't done that thing in a long time where you take any song And you do it to the wreck of the Ella Fitzgerald.
Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Whatever.
That's right.
So we should do that
I don't
when
know.
his birthday happens.
You got a computer in there. When is Gordon Lightfoot's birthday?
I thought you would know this right off the top of your head, Gordon Lightfoot fan.
I'm a fan, but I'm not a-
17th.
Okay.
We got time.
All right. So
I have
it's
a list
coming
of
up.
songs I want you to do.
Anybody else got anything before I start to wrap up the show here?
No, just come on out to the shows and hang out
I was
with
talking
me.
about Spotify. That's the Daily Buzz on Demand podcast.
Yes,
this
absolutely.
week we did a special post-election after Buzz, which we did on Wednesday.
Yep.
So, it was our reaction the day after the elections. What did we end up talking about? We didn't just talk about that.
The cheese, the deadly maggot cheese.
Maggot cheese. Not MAGA cheese.
I was there for
maggot cheese.
Yeah, Joanna was on that episode.
Tell me about this stuff just a little bit again.
I don't know why I've been getting into videos of how you make cheese and different cheese.
Well, Jesus said, blessed are the cheesemakers.
I know. No, he didn't. But then I started to look up what animals could you get cheese from? It turns out anything with milk that has milk out of it. And so there's all these exotic types of cheeses, like yak cheese and horse cheese and human breast milk cheese.
Come on. Where do they do that? It's going to be like a California thing.
It can't be sold because it's not healthy. It's not there's no way to prove it or anything. So it's like a guy might do it. I think a guy said that his wife, he had extra milk from pumping and he was like, well, I'm going to make cheese with it.
I'm going to make cheese with it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Kind of weird, right?
But this stuff in Italy that the shepherds make is called
casumarzu. Casumarzu.
And what does that translate to?
Rotten cheese.
Rotten cheese.
Yeah. And it's a cheese that's left out. It's
when I cut the cheese, it's usually pretty rotten too.
It's a sheep's milk cheese that's left out, and flies will come and lay eggs, and the larva will,
otherwise known as
maggots, will eat the cheese and then excrete it, and that gives it a certain flavor.
Good? I can't imagine it being
It's
good.
supposed to be
And
delicious.
are you telling me the guy was saying, yeah, you just go ahead and you eat the maggots and they're not going to hurt you?
Yeah, so the
But that
maggots
sounds like-
maggots stay in the cheese. So you eat the cheese
the maggots.
with the maggots in it. And it's called the most dangerous, one of the most dangerous foods in the world, because if you do not chew thoroughly and make sure you chew on each maggot, it could go through your stomach and into your intestines and cause
But you played me one video of this Italian shepherd who was saying, yeah, no, if you swallow the maggots, you're going to be fine.
Well, he
'cause
was
your
saying,
stomach.
he was saying, a bunch of us eat this. We would be full of worms if it
Maybe
killed
they've
everybody.
just evolved in a way
Maybe.
that they can eat the maggots and they're going to be fine. But our delicate systems cannot handle it.
It's not sold.
I bet you Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s good because he's got that one in his brain.
Worms. It's not sold in stores or anywhere in Italy. Even it's illegal to sell. So you have to go to black markets or some shepherd. You have to find a
You
shepherd.
just find some dude like getting moonshine, like getting moonshine back in the old days. All right, thanks for joining us today, everybody. Have a great weekend. Weather looks beautiful. It looks like a great weekend to get out and enjoy the outdoors. Not too hot, not too cold. It is going to get down in the 30s though, but we don't have any rain in the forecast. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. So long.
Well, that's it. Show's over. What? We just started.
Yeah, well, the show's over.
That's the end.
That's not the end.
Why, yes, it is. Right, that's the end.
And that's the end. That's the end.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show will be back Monday morning.
Hello, everyone.